We're all tired.
Speak for yourself. I'm not tired. It's paint stream and I got sleep. I know. Welcome to Awake Dusty. Oh my god. Batman.
And
No way. That's 100. You
I'm
are
right
on
behind you, Batman.
100 stream streak. Thank you for all the love. I have no words. To me, that's just as important as giving subs and bits. That's actually more important. That means you're here. 100 streams. You have not missed one stream, Batman. That is just thank you. That's all I can do. Thank you. Hi, Elle. I'm sorry, I'm just gushing because it's just who does that? I don't do that for anyone that I'm friends with. I don't have that time. It's just wow. But hi, Elle. Al knows why I'm all excited. Well, I'm excited for two reasons. One, I slept. I was only awake 5 minutes out of the 8 hours that you're supposed to sleep. I haven't done that in months and months and months. And two, I got an email this morning that I got into the Utica Zoo, which everyone knows my animal art is animals and birds. And if I can't sell at the zoo, that means my art sucks. That's all I'm going to say. How you doing, Al? How you doing, Batman? Oh, yeah, I think someone dropped out because the show was literally next week. To be told this late means someone must have dropped out, and I'm okay with that. So, but anyway, we're painting, right? This painting here was a request, so it has nothing to do with my usual things I paint. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to bother bringing it to the zoo because who's going to want this? But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to start painting it, and then we'll see.
We love a guessing game.
We love a guessing game. I don't even know if I should, because it does have a white on it. Do I really need a background if all of it's covered except for the corners? I probably need a background. What is a good complementary color to blue?
What about yellow?
You think yellow would not make him look so angry? But yeah, I get to do a show this month. I had no shows until May, so I'm excited. So I got a show in May, one in April, 2 in June, and 1 in July. We might be able to start paying things off because, like yesterday, I spent $225 for a photographer. Oh, photos can be expensive, but it is what it is. I'm not going to tell you what the photos are for. That's you got to be in the Discord for the serious talks. All right, who took my my opener of the other kinds of paints?
Wimp Cinder.
Earthquake. No, I bet you it's in the kitchen. Somehow my dice bag's on my paint. This is not handy. But yes, I'll show you guys more slow. Yes, this is my dice bag in all its majestic glory. I've had this for like 6 years now. My twin goes to PAX East every year. And she literally walked up to the guys and said, what is the ugliest dice bag you can think of and create to give to my twin? Because that's her style. Yes, this is how she tells people about me. And the guy made that. And she handed it to me. And yeah, it's my style. She's not wrong. But did she have to say ugliest thing out there? I mean, that's just not nice. And that's how she told me when she handed it to me, too. She's like, I asked him for the ugliest thing he could come up with, and that's what he did. I hope you like it. It's like, is that love? I think so.
In your siblings' way, yes. But
Yeah.
I've done the same thing to my siblings. I can't deny it.
Yep. Nope. Someone took my thing to open paints. Unless it's on the floor. Let me look at the floor. This is such a professional paint stream this morning. One of my favorite things. TJ's away.
I need to call her now. Where is she? Love.
Well,
I got the tea and the beans and toast.
Normally we're battling, but this morning I had a battle with freaking Batman over you. You
Yep.
got Daffy.
Did you beat Batman?
No, Batman beat me.
Batman beat you. Gotta come in
Yeah.
first. So
I did on the yellow team.
you did on Yellow Team. Yeah, no one's on Yellow Team. I think everyone's asleep over there right now. Alright, so we're gonna put some yellow to make him pop. It's just gonna be at the corners. Most of this is gonna be him, so we'll just do this up front. A little bit on the bottom. And then we'll go over there. But good morning, TJ. Oh, and they're still doing the Easter event on the Pokemon community game, so if anyone's doing that, catch that, whatever that is. Toucanon? I am terrible. I was given a free Pokemon game that you play in the browser that I'm supposed to start playing, so Mom, you can learn your Pokemon. Have I done it? No. Probably should tell you what it's called. Let's see. What was I given? I know it's here. I was told to play. Oh, I think they emailed it to me directly. I'm supposed to play PokeRogue at pokerogue.net. Clocked 80 normal, 30 OT, 10 double. No, I have no problem with you canceling because your husband needs sleep. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to justify it. It's perfectly fine. My husband's a little bit worried because they just announced they are eliminating his department. Yay. I don't know if I told you guys that. Yep. They decided the escalation unit is not necessary, that the team leads on each of the teams can handle escalation now, even though they're not trained in it. And the most knowledgeable people are the escalation unit. For anything that goes wrong, they decided to eliminate them and put the escalation unit in normal phone call queue. So he's going to be back where he started. But they did say they're not going to reduce the pay back to what the normal is. But they're hoping that the escalation unit will consider finding new places of work. Basically, they don't want to pay the higher price that they're paying the escalation team. This is their way of cutting corners. Get rid of the knowledgeable people that are the managers and, supervisors. And make them be normal customer service reps. So that'll be fun. So, but yeah, so that's a fun thing coming. Good morning, On Fire. So Rob's hoping a different job will open up within the company soon, and then he'll just apply and try to get something different, because he managed to go from just a CSR to, I forgot what the next step was, and then supervisor. No, that's what he went from supervisor to the phone calls, and then he went to escalation supervisor, which is a higher tier, and now they're pushing them all back down. It's like, what? Yeah, workplaces are awful. They really are. So, but at least what we're saying is, at least he still has a job. One, I know he's going to be super depressed because answering all those phone calls, and because they expect no more than 5 minutes per call, and these are people yelling. They call it because that's what you do on call lines, I guess, is just call in and yell. And and you have to calm them down and stuff. By the time you get them calmed down, you're beyond the 5 minutes. Then you get reprimands, and it's just he doesn't want that stress. Now he's got to go back. You have massive thoughts, and you're gonna be good this morning. So I understand that one. Is that dry enough to use? No. I should have painted the background first. I don't have my blow dryer with me. I know, I can work on a miniature while I'm waiting. Should we go back to the chicken on the mouse? Because we haven't worked on him for a little bit.
Yeah,
I do not call it in yet. Well, I'm a good human because I spent 10 years doing a phone line customer service. So I will never call in yelling, but that's what they do. And they always are self-righteous, and they always say that whatever happened to them shouldn't have happened to them. And it's like, no. That's not how that works. Let's see. I don't remember what we were doing with this guy. I'm gonna keep touching the other thing to see if it's dry, because I really want to paint the other thing and get it out of the way. Because I got to start working on stock, because I've been lazy. I haven't been painting because there's no need to. I don't have shows. No one, I had nothing to do. And it's like a show drops in my lap. And I have like 8 paintings done, but they're at the gallery. And when they're at the gallery, they're supposed to stay at the gallery. So I've got to get some paintings done. I don't even know what I'm going to paint. Let's see. But I promise I'm here to paint. I am. There we go. Get some of this done. Stop the earthquake, Dusty. Stop the earthquake. So.
Nah, keep the earthquake going.
No
It wouldn't
earthquakes.
be a pain.
It wouldn't be a paint stream without an earthquake. I think we had an earthquake here, actually, on Saturday. All of a sudden, every car on the street went off their car alarms and lights blinking. So that's the only thing I think could cause that. We watched it happen. It was weird. We were just talking. I was all of a sudden honk honk and all the lights, and there was nothing.
It's a wonderful day for
Stop
toast.
sending toast. Why does it say someone's sending anonymous toast? You coward. You coward. Okay. Back to what I was doing.
Why is it anonymous? That's weird. I will fully admit that I'm sending toast.
Ah, so now it doesn't tell. Okay. That makes it harder for me to call people out. That's probably the idea.
9 out of 10 times, it's probably me. Be real honest.
To be real honest, yeah. So, okay, but we're gonna play with the tail feathers a little bit here. Dusty, what is this? What chicken are you basing this on? I'm putting colors on it because I like it. It's a fantasy world. I can do whatever I want. Me and Mouse is riding it, for the God's sakes. So we'll give some red there. We know he needs some red on his comb. But yeah, I'm very happy you guys are here to join me, because I've been overhyped this morning, even before the email, because I haven't slept and I can't remember how long. We managed to do something yesterday that has given us a little bit of, I don't know what you want to say, the word relief in our life. It's not, and that was the pictures yesterday. So it feels good when you do something that you think will help the family, and hopefully it does. And met the most wonderful photographer. He is so sweet. He's got 2 offices, one here in Rome and one in Utica. And he's just the kindest person I have met in a long time. We told him what we wanted. He said he could do it on a Sunday at 9 a.m. And he would drop off. He would go to the Rome office so we could, go walk over, because it's within walking distance, and pick them up, and everything will be all taken care of. And it was just, who does that? That's just so sweet. On Fire knows customer service well. It's so stressful. It really is. And there's no reason for it to be. There isn't. Kindness matters, guys. And imagine if everyone was kind, how much faster the queue would be, because you would just be talking about what needs to be done and you'd move on your way. Can you think about that?
Or you have the people that want to talk and just give you their life story, and then they just drag on.
What do you mean you're not dedicated to Flag Day, are you? I know what Flag Day is, but how are you dedicated to Flag Day? I don't do anything for Flag Day. It's the only people that do, I think, are elementary kids. Oh, you mean, do I have something going on June 14th? Let me look at my handy dandy magical butterfly device. If I can get the butterfly device open. Usually elementary kids do. Boy Scouts, to answer TJ's question. That's when the Pride Fair is this year. Hopefully not on Father's Day. Okay, let me take a look. Calendar. June. Come on. This is April. Get out of there. June 14th is Flag Day. Father's Day is the weekend after. And it's a Sunday. I have nothing. I have nothing on Flag Day. Because Utica Pride is on the 6th when I have that show, and The other show is the 19th and 20th. Not so it'll be hard to be doing 3 shows in a row, but for you, I definitely will, especially for Pride Day. So I send me whatever I need to do to line up Lemons and I, because we'll definitely would do that one. You'll send the forms and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my calendar so I remember it though, so I don't book anything. So Rome Pride. Thank you for thinking of me.
I know.
So we'll do 3 shows in a row. It'll be stressful, but it's worth it. So, but yeah, I'm glad it's not on Father's Day, because on Father's Day I cannot do anything because I have to see my dad, because we all know my dad's diagnosis. Well, actually, on Fire might, he's new to I'm sorry, I should not say your gender. They are new to my streams. My father is in last stage Parkinson's. The doctors are giving him probably a year. Dad's saying 3 because dad's stubborn, but there's signs showing that it's definitely probably the one. So I'm gonna spend it with dad. But
You
yeah,
should.
yeah, I'm gonna spend it with dad. I have a show the 2 days before in Camden, and then we'll drive out to see dad. That weekend's gonna be incredibly busy. Poor Iron. I already warned Iron. I've got all these shows coming up, which means he has no ride to work, so he's gonna be walking a lot. Yeah, yeah. Dad's it's been a rough time. Like last year, mom died. Basically, last week, a year ago, and now dad is, yeah. So, doing what I can to help and be there. Hi, Cat Ranch. You have it, by the way, if you guys aren't on Yellow Side, which is Valora.tv, you should, and you should check out On Fire 53 and the Cat Ranch. They're good people. Wolfie, why are you awake? Don't you work
A wild
nights?
wolf has appeared?
A wild Wolfie has appeared. Hi, Wolfie. So we're just gonna do this. Oh, I got in to Utica Pride. I already paid it and everything. I applied to that. They go live. They sent me a thing going, you were a vendor last year. This is the day we're gonna send out. Not send out forms, but you have to go to this website and apply and stuff. So no, I already got into that, thankfully, because I did it last year. So that one was the easiest one to get into because they told me when to do stuff. So yeah, I'm already in Utica Pride. I'm in Utica, and June I'm in Utica, and then I've got a Camden 2-day thing, and now I've got, thanks to Al, I've got the Rome Pride, and then in July I have a Camden and a Clinton, New York, I think is what I've got. I've got 2, I think now. Got working 2 hours. Was awake till 6 a.m. Oof. Oh, you're filling yours out right now? No, yeah, because I got in last year. I like how they do that. When you get in last year, they message those vendors the information first, and then they open it up to everybody. So I hope you get into that, Al. It's a good show. I don't know the new venue because they had to move venues, but the people are so organized. They're so kind. They're so sweet. And I did well. I did well. So did Lemons. So we're looking forward to doing that one again. I still can't believe I got into it last time. But again, I got lucky and somebody canceled and they reached out and said, I know it's last minute. Would you? And I said, yes, I would. And the rest is history. I'm like the queen of getting in with cancellations. Like the zoo thing coming up. Okay, this is dry enough. We can switch back to what I'm supposed to be doing. We'll put him back. So, but yeah, no, thank you for thinking of me because we need the help. We're getting hit left, right, and center with stuff, and we have to move in a year, so we need money for that. So, keep eyes on social saying something's coming and it's not winter this time. Is it? What on earth are you up to, On Fire? I don't know if I'm on your socials. I'll have to check that later. So, all I know is I've got a lot of heavy adulting I'm doing. on top of everything else. But I'm doing the things I need to do, and I will hopefully be in a better place by this time next year. Oh, there's so much paint on this. I'm going to take that off. There we go. All right, so we're here to watch me paint a painting. So let's start doing that. Let's see how bad this turns out. I'm painting under protest. This is not something I've ever wanted to paint. I'm blaming the goose. Can I blame the goose?
You should.
Gloomy? I should.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I'm trying
We
to
we can
figure.
blame the goose,
I'm not even
and
sure
then we
where
can go from later.
I don't even know where I'm starting. We'll start like this. We're just gonna start and I'm gonna block it in and then play with it until I get it the way I want it to get it. But hopefully whatever is coming on fire is awesome. So
I just followed Sunfire, so that way I could stay up to date.
good way to do it. And if you guys haven't followed Witch Among the Flowers, make sure you do that on, because I don't think Al's on Valora.tv yet, but make sure that you follow Witch Among the Flowers. I can't do shoutouts because, you know, I am painting, but do that. It's the same command on yellow if you ever want to shout somebody out, Gloomy.
Oh,
Hi,
cool.
Johnny. On Fire 53 is a streamer over on the yellow team because I stream to both places, and they're talking to us about something is coming, but they're not saying what. They're being very cryptic. So, but yeah. So anytime you see a streamer talking that you know that you like, feel free to do a shout out on either side. But yeah, because right now
It's not exactly the same.
it's exclamation point SO. I think it's similar.
Nope, slash.
It's slash. Yeah, SO. But yeah, because for those of you that aren't aware, every stream is streamed to Twitch and is streamed to Valora.tv, so you can watch on either side, but you can't see the shared chat because, you know, most places don't like that. Valora doesn't mind, but Twitch is twitchy. It's in their TSO. TSO don't, so I don't. So you'll hear me talking to Yellow Team, which right now is the Cat Wretch on Fire, and to you guys. There's a lot more on Twitch, so I'm not going to name all your names. So, but how are you doing, Johnny? Is it good morning for you? I'm excited. I got into the Utica Zuda and my art. I hope that'll be good. What do I paint? Animals. Buds.
Well, we're gonna have to come up with a stockpile of ideas.
We have one. I was blabbing to TJ saying I need to get some art made for the May stuff that's coming up, and she was listening and she actually typed what I was thinking, and then she's got it pinned in our chat. So I have what. That was very kind of her because I never remember what I'm saying. So she just listened and typed it up, and next thing I know, there's a pin. I'm like, what's that? She's like, that's your next list of paintings that you're going to do. Because I just went, this is what I always wanted to do, and I wasn't paying attention. And that she was, you know, doing that. TJ's kind that way. You're awake, you get to lay in an MRI machine at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Good luck with that. Every time I have to do that, they have to give me, oh crap, what is the stuff? It makes you loopy but not totally asleep. Xanax? Is that a thing? I think it's Xanax. They give me that because I'm claustrophobic, and I'm afraid of loud noises. So MRIs are dusty, not friendly. So they gave me that, and then I'm told I'm hilarious because I spend the whole time chatting like I normally do, but I'm more unfiltered. Yeah, I can't not with my issues. So, my husband actually has a video that my friend took because at the last one I went to, Rob didn't have a license yet because Rob just got his license last year. So my friend asked a question. I don't know what it was about, and I start blabbing. Oh, she was complaining how she can't find someone decent to date. So in the video, I sound like I'm high as a kite, which that kind of drug you are, because they make you take it before you get there. That way, it's in your system. They can take you right in. And I I told her the reason why you can't find anyone is because all men in the United States are awful, and you have to go to other countries. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that in a... So there's a video of me doing that, which is not kind. There are many good men in the United States. Don't listen to Hi Dusty. She's off her rocker. She says
I
more stuff
mean,
like that. The
okay.
video's on TikTok if you guys want to check it out. So she says more, but I'm not going to go into that because she's quite not kind to United States men in the video.
I mean, I'll agree with it.
You'll agree with it? So, but yeah, if you get bored, and there is a TikTok of me talking about an MRI. So, as American man, I agree with Hi Dusty.
See? Hi, Dusty was not alone.
Yeah, I went. I guess I went. I can't say I guess because I've seen the video, and I just go on about how you have to go to at least Canada because that's where the men are so sweet. And then I start talking about my husband, and it's like it's bad. It's very bad. But because there's two videos about that trip. There's that one and the one that I made on purpose where I talk about how it feels to take this medicine, to go into, if you're afraid of MRIs, how it feels to take this medicine, how it works, and my experience that way. So there's a lot of people out there that are like me. They're claustrophobic, and MRIs are not good for you. So I did a little like PSA about, okay, it's not as bad as if you do this, because I have to do MRIs. But hopefully whatever they're looking for with your MRI, they don't find. Unless you want them to find something. Sadly, ever since cancer, I've had so many MRIs. I'm like, can I have a CAT scan? They're like, CAT scans don't show what we need. Can I have a CAT scan? Because CAT scans aren't as bad because you're not enclosed as much. It's around my head, and I can just, look at my feet outside it going, I'm not inside anything. I'm not inside anything. And they're quick. They're quick. That's the other thing. I like CAT scans way better than MRIs.
Dusty, he's starting to look like a bat duck.
I'm telling you, it's not a bat duck. It's not.
I know it's not, because I know what we're doing. But right now,
ignore it.
all I can see is bat duck.
God damn it. Chloe.
No, you can't unsee it either.
No, I can't. I'm glad Batman's probably streaming by now or doing something else because he doesn't need to see bat duck. It's not a bat duck. It's not a duck at all. But yeah. I will say that's the first time in my life I've ever been high like that. Because, high where I remember stuff, I'm going to put it. Because when I had the surgery, I had my open wound in my hand for 3 months. So they had me on Vicodin. That high, I don't remember. I don't remember any of that time. Because that one, which it does what it's supposed to do. It takes you so that you don't feel the pain, but you don't feel much of anything. So I've lost, 3 months of my life to Vicodin. But it needed to happen because that, how people are like, nothing's excruciating as childbirth. Well, I gave birth naturally without meds twice. I can tell you that's wrong. An open wound in your hand for 3 months where they're stretching the skin slowly to try to get to close, that's way worse than childbirth. So, I can tell you you're wrong when you say that. So, it was interesting to be on the Xanax, because Xanax, I can remember some of it. I don't remember the talking about the initial part of it. I don't remember when they filmed about me talking about American Men, but I remember afterwards, and when I was coming down, I did the video about how it's not so bad, to encourage people to, if you need to get tested, get tested. It's better than dying. I do PSAs every once in a while. I'm that kind of person. You guys got to put up
You
with
did
it.
PSAs? Since when?
The sarcasm there. Speaking of which, it's almost time for my yearly squish. So if you're old enough for your yearly squish, make sure you get your mammograms. They're important. Early detection is key to keeping you guys with me, because I like having you alive. There. Done with the PSAs. I probably just drove out. The chat just probably just left and drove. Oh no, she's PSAing. We're leaving. So,
Speaking
for
of
those
which, I actually probably should schedule that appointment.
yeah, see? And for those of you that have been living under a rock, okay, that's insulting, Dusty. Don't say that. Next weekend starts my birthday weekend. I'm told I'm allowed to say that by Gloomy. Goose Goose Duck is next Saturday, and then Monday on the April 27th is a 12-hour birthday stream with giveaways and everything. Oh, Gloomy, we gotta figure out how to do giveaways. Here until your stream for the day. I appreciate you. I know that's not long because you usually stream like, what, 30 minutes, but I appreciate you're here. I miss Al. I don't get to hang out with Al. We just don't seem to match up. I got to see her during Dungeons and Doodles. I did do that. So, which was cool. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta talk to Petrie. I have too many cucumber plants. Do you think she wants some cucumber plants? Because the seedlings are getting too big and I need to give them a home. I did not expect to have such a growth. So, you know, anyone that wants cucumber plants that's local, I have cucumber plants. Don't have a lot, but I have cucumber plants. Oh, you can have a garden? Well, then you can take them. When can I meet up with you? An excuse to say hi. Yes. When can I meet up with you? I mean, we can't plant them in the garden until Mother's Day, but they need to be separated, and if I separate them, they'll die. Unless you have dirt to put them in. So if I give them to you now and you get some peat pots, you can separate them carefully and plant them, and you'll have like, there's 3 per, you'll have like 9 plants if you do it right. You have dirt and pots, then yeah, now's the time to see me, because these are ready to just carefully pull them out to give room for the plants, put in another one, and you can have a whole bunch. So yeah, let me know when you can meet up with me, because these guys are ready to be given to a home. Because once again, I did the too much grew. Me, too much grew. How could that possibly happen?
Dusty was not planning carefully.
Some plants, yeah, it depends on what plant it is. Like cucumbers, you got to start those the second or third or fourth week of February inside to have them be big enough to survive outside. Which is why I usually either get plants from a friend or I buy, except for last year. Mine germinated in the garden and I had 72 plants, so I gave away tomato plants last year. I'm not sure how I managed to grow them in the garden like that, but I did. But yeah, so you just tell me a time and day, Elle, and we will meet up, and I will give you these little guys, because it has to be soon, because they really need you know, to be separated out. And you can have babies. Look at this, I'm giving Elle babies. So, and if anyone's new to me, I love growing plants. I have been called a dryad a number of times. Unfortunately, when I grow plants, they go out of control. What mornings am I not streaming? All of them. Well, actually, I should say that Tuesday 11:30 counts as morning. So so basically, Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays. Oh, would love to get a coffee and cocoa. I haven't been over to Superficial in a while. So but Wednesday morning I'm at Tire Place at 9 a.m. I'm looking at my calendar now. So how's Friday morning? Is that something you stream on? Because Friday looks like it's wide open. If not, I can do Thursday morning and put off doing clips. Oh, would love to meet with Petrie too. That'd be forever. So Friday morning? Okay. Now, what's morning for you? Because my version of morning's 8 a.m. and I don't think they're even open yet. So you gotta give me a time. Give me a time. Because I think... is this the last? Gotta double check something. Yeah, so next week would be food bank. So yeah, Friday morning's perfect. Wake up around 7:25, 9:10. What time does the superficial open? Probably like 10, I would think. Well, it might be earlier. 7 a.m. Oh, cool. So since Petrie wakes up later, why don't we be nice to her and do like 10 a.m.? You think that's fair? Because I could do 9 a.m., but I don't want to push it. Yeah, that looks... I gotta bring the blue up here. This is looking...
Now it's no longer looking like Bat Dad.
No,
Bat
now it
Duck.
looks... No, now it looks like something from a horror movie.
A little bit.
I think I had a nightmare about this. Cool. I'll put you in the calendar. If it's a no, I can take you out of the calendar. If she can't make it, it's just you and I. That's perfect too, Al, because we haven't hung out. So, and I can bring the babies. I ask her if she wants babies because I have 2 sets of these. I could, or we could split them amongst both of you or whatever. But I'll bring all the babies I have, extra. What was I doing? Oh, Al on Friday. That sounds bad. I'm not doing Al on Friday. I'm putting her in the calendar. Calendar, Dusty.
You're putting them in the calendar.
I'm putting them in the calendar. Okay. Okay, so 10. I might even drag Iron along because we have to go grocery shopping after if they want to. If not, or I can go. Actually, no. I'll let them sleep in. I can go back and get Iron for the grocery shopping.
Nah, drag Iron out.
Well, it all depends on how bad the work was the night before. There we go. All right, back to this the horror story. We should... What is Dusty painting today? A horror story.
Yeah.
Your worst nightmare.
I mean, we are blaming the goose for this monstrosity.
We are. We are. I don't know why he said this is a good idea. And the worst part is he's not buying it. So it's like, why am I doing this? He did ask nicely, though. And I did say I have no ideas for painting at the time. I am learning that I should not say that around the goose. Learning it very quickly. I love you, Corlith. I do. But does the world really need this painting?
I mean, I didn't even know that he had a name until you told me this morning, and I was like, who?
Oh, you gotta understand, I grew up with this show. I watched it religiously every Friday night. And then they did the reboot special to see if people would still like it, and it did so well that hopefully they'll do more because they did it right. It was spot on right. So, but
See, I love the show. I just never realized
they even say his
who
name. He sits down at the anchor desk and says, "News tonight." This is Sam Eagle. He does that. Okay, I can't do an impression, but yeah, he does it. I swear. Okay.
Either I never caught that, or I was too young for that.
Probably too young for that. Because you're considerably younger than I am, right?
Yeah, 31.
Yeah, and I'm 53. I saw it when it was new on TV. We had to wait for it. We had to wait for it. I remember it was, I think it was Muppet Show followed by Hee Haw, which nobody's gonna know what that is. And we had to. It was pretty much we got to watch the Muppet Show, if we were quiet during hee haw, because my parents and grandparents, we'd get together, watch it all, because my grandparents lived across the street and TVs were expensive back then. We would get together and we would watch those. You loved hee haw? I didn't understand hee haw at first because I was too little, and my parents sheltered me, so half the jokes went right over little Dusty's head. They probably still do now. Uh, so but yeah, uh, as an adult watching Hee Haw, it's like, oh, the stuff that they did. I'm surprised. Nowadays, Hee Haw as a show could never exist. It's one of those shows that the time it was okay, and now I don't think it would be. But I'm not positive.
Yeah, I also used to watch this show, but could not remember the name.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because it
Yeah, my
was.
dad lived off of a TV land.
Oh, so you got to see the old stuff. That's how Rob is. Rob knows all my references because he used to same thing. His dad would watch TV Land. That was one thing I was like, we can't get together. You're too young for me. You'll never understand my references. And then he just pulled out a reference from one show that was old. Oh, I know what it was. He pulled up his pants and went, "I'm Urkel." I'm like, wait. He's like, I watch TV Land religiously. Okay, this will work.
TV Land, Nick at Night,
Yep. That's
all
all the
the good
stuff
stuff.
that's all the stuff he watched. I never watched any of that stuff because one, I didn't have cable for a long time, and a lot of the stuff early '90s. I was homeless for a part, floating from place to place, trying to figure out where to live with my ex-husband. It was a tough time. So a lot of the early '90s, I have no idea your references. But late '90s, when I finally got the job at Chase in 1998 onward, then I do. Well, until I got pregnant, and then in 2005 had iron, because then baby took precedence. So if you watch something in 2005, I probably didn't see it. You know how babies are.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Give me
I've
the
had
iBooger.
I've had a interesting rough ride. I have started over with nothing back in the '90s when I had the homeless, and then 8 years ago when I ran away from my abusive ex. May have to do it one more time, hopefully, in my life, and then finally land where I'm supposed to land. Got alert? Yes. Nice Muppet. He's not even done yet, Al. Go have fun. If you guys aren't watching Al, watch Al. I'm okay if you lurk and to watch Al because Al's a wonderful person to watch. You know. And if you want to watch both of us, because you can have two tabs on Twitch and it counts, go for it. Or if you want to watch me on Valora.tv and Al on Twitch, you got all kinds of options. Just watch Al. Can't believe I'm gonna have 3 shows in June. I'm gonna be so burnt out, Gloomy. That means if I do well at Utica, you know what the downside about this? If I do well at Utica Zoo, that means I'm gonna have to paint even more for the other shows I've come on because I got so many shows. As I don't have the money to get stickers and stuff, so I have to keep painting. Ah, my hand's gonna fall off. Don't yell at me if my hand hurts. It has to. This is a heck of an opportunity I've got. I'm gonna do my best with it. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna even be disappointed.
So I will probably, when I'm painting, if I'm bored, just go, hey, if you're bored, I'm bored. You want to talk while I work? Because I paint better when I talk to someone. Not when they're watching. Just that's not the issue. The thing. It's just having a voice or music going. I have a playlist for painting as well. So, which
Yeah, I'm always around.
I appreciate you because I abuse you. You help me so much more than I help you. I really should find a way to help you more.
I don't really have anything that I need help with at the moment.
Okay. All right. Give him some more plus. Is it starting to look like the guy at least?
It's starting to look like him now, yeah.
Okay. If you want to change the title to Painting a Muppet so we can actually admit what we're doing, go ahead. Because I might bring some people in. Because people might like the Muppets. I think I made you editor. If I didn't make you editor, let me know and I'll make you editor.
I am editor.
Thought I did. And I'm going to take a drink break because I haven't drank anything today. And I'm going to knock stuff down. I will admit I look on Ailstream a lot. It's just because I'm not streaming on Mondays doesn't mean I'm not incredibly busy on Monday, especially that's my time to paint, to get ready for shows, and I don't want to do every paint stream on because I get a lot done during paint streams. Don't get me wrong, but I get more done if I'm not having to worry about all the other stuff that goes on with this kind of stuff. Where's my toothbrush? Not toothbrush. Toothpick. My God, Dusty. Let's go. Color change. Put it over here. Color change. The color must change.
Hopefully that updated.
Well, if you look at the stream, you'll see if it changed or
not. We're gonna refresh.
And if it didn't, I will stop what I'm doing and try to figure it out on my side. Alright.
No.
It did not work. Huh. Well, you know what I'm going to do? You made it easy. I'll just copy what you just put here. Copy. And I'm just going to go... Oop. Paste. And then Felora's over on this side somewhere. No, it's not. I'll open up Felora.
I can get Felora.
Oh, you can get Felora? Cool. Then I will close the browser. That would be lovely. Felora makes things so much easier than Twitch sometimes.
It really does.
That's literally when someone asks, why do you stream on both? I'm like, well, Yellowside makes life so much easier. It's like, it's done already. Yeah, it's just, right there is proof. If you're not streaming over there, I don't understand why you aren't. Because it does make life so much easier. Gloomy has so much power in my stream. She could ruin me if she wanted to, but she doesn't because she's a good person. Oh, it's starting to warm up. So the idea of you meeting up for hiking is possible now anytime you want to try. So
okay.
So the only thing that might get in the way is some of these shows. But
on a Sunday?
Like the Pride thing Al was just mentioning.
Oh yeah.
That's a Sunday. Some of these shows are 2 days, but most of my shows are on Saturdays, so Sunday should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's probably when we'll plan it, would be on a Sunday.
So there's a few that pop up that are 2 days, but most of them are 1 day on. But the Rome Pride is always on a Sunday because it's more convenient for people. And if I ever do a show that looks interesting, you could always come and hang out with me at the show and wander around and have a good time that way. There's all kinds of opportunities. So.
That's true too. I can tell that I'm getting older because my body is so sore after walking 5 miles.
That's because you're not doing it often. How much movement do you do the day before?
I am constantly running around the house and doing a deep clean.
That's not
but
the
maybe
same.
It's not like 5 miles worth.
Yeah, it's not the same because that's different muscles. Deep cleans and stuff like that. That's different muscles. Trust me, because the only reason why I can walk forever is because I walk every day that I try. I've got the treadmill and stuff. Oh, I forgot to log in my weight. By the way, I broke the plateau this morning.
Hey.
Let me open up Nourish while I'm thinking about it. I weighed in at 161.
And the
that.
crowd goes wild.
Yeah, it should, because that's huge, and that's not me being sick or anything. It's me doing what it's supposed to be doing, walking more. The walking moms go helped. Yeah, that's right. So let me log that. I'm gonna be bad and log it quick while I'm remembering because I forgot to put it in there. Update progress. No, not. Oh, okay. No, not like that. Wait, because my weight goal with my nutritionist is 156 pounds by July 22nd. That's my weight goal. I'm at 161 now. So I don't know if
You
I'll
should.
make it, but I'm hoping I get there. I'm working my darndest to try.
I think I'll get there.
And then the long-term goal is by September to be down one dress size, cuz did I tell you I got an evening gown?
No, I don't think you did.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. Not goal. What was my weight? 161. 161. Done. Submit. 1 second. I changed the goal. Add goal. There we go. I need to be one. What would be one? I'm gonna say 130 by select date. And then we'll talk about the dress. Let's see then. Okay, my friend is getting married in September. Okay. She's decided she's already spent $24,000 on this wedding that's coming, which I think is insane. But anyway, she saved for years to do it. She's decided it's got to be formal. And I've been looking at formal gowns going, who can afford a formal gown? We found this beautiful dark blue dress that hangs, a little bit longer than my feet, which is good because I wear high heel combat boots to weddings. Yes, you heard it. I wear high heel combat boots. This should not surprise you. So it works perfect with that. It's got enough of a slit so that it's easy to move in, but it's not narrow. It actually has a outer layer of this filmy fabric, so it swirls around my feet as I walk, and then it crisscrosses over the chest, so it holds snug, but it enhances. It's a gorgeous dress, and it was $7
Ooh, that's a great find.
because it's Thrifty Shopper, So but the catch is, it's Rob can zip it up only halfway. So if I lose one dress size by September, I can wear this dress. So that's the goal. As Rob put it, we're only out $7 if I can't fit it. But if I can, I have a gorgeous floor length evening gown for $7 that I'm going to be wearing. Because we were trying to figure out how on earth are we going to afford formal wear, because he's easy. He's just going to wear the same suit he wore when we got married. Guys can do that. But I can't wear my wedding gown. That's got a huge train and everything. Plus, I can't fit it. I gained so much weight since we got married. The other thing that's awesome is if I do get down to dress size, I'll fit my wedding gown again. So I might be able to go to a run fair as a fairy in the wedding gown.
Ooh.
That
would be really nice.
I don't know if you see my wedding gown. Have I ever showed it to you?
I don't think so. Is it in the Discord?
Oh, it is. I think that's Dusty and Rob's adventure. It might be in. But we also have if you go to the YouTube and Dusty IRL, there's our wedding's actually there. Because what happened was I was gonna wear, we were eloping, and I told Kat I'm going to wear this purple dress I have, and she goes, "Isn't that a dress you can just go to work in?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's just we're just eloping." Next thing I know, TJ, Raven, our friend UA, Gothic, the names can keep going, Kat, all got together and got me this purple wedding gown with flowers at the top, long train. I mean, it's gorgeous. And I couldn't yell at them for it because, It was perfect because, as Kat put it, Rob's never been married. This is his. You know, you guys are. She. Most people believe we are a forever couple. I believe we're a forever couple. So this will be the only wedding he has. She's like, you are going to have a wedding gown. And then when it came, even though took my measurements, it was too long. So Kat sent me the high heel high heel combat boots because she knew that I don't do high heels, but I will wear combat boots, and the rest is history. And Rob made my bouquet. I can show you that right now because that sits on my desk. The first thing he did when he came across the board before we got married, I'm going to put this in front of my webcam, is look at this black bow. He made me this bouquet to walk down the aisle. Because he said he wanted if I got a gorgeous dress, I needed a gorgeous bouquet. Isn't it beautiful?
It is.
He did such a good job. I taught him how, because I know how to do flower arrangement and stuff. I actually did both my sister's weddings. I arranged everything from, the flowers, cakes, where people are sitting, chairs. I could be a wedding planner because both my sisters are out of state, but they got married back home and they couldn't be there, so I just took care of it, But my hand can't do flower arranging anymore. That scared me, so I taught Rob, and he did an amazing job. He's so proud that he did that. Because Rob's never been a crafter, but since moving in with me, he's developing all kinds of things that he can do that he never thought. Like he has made me 2 necklaces, one specially for Pride. That made me jump too, Johnny. As I said, Valora's got jump scares, but that is letting people know on Twitch side, they are in ads if they don't have subs. Yellow side doesn't have ads, so we keep going because, they're there. They want to see what's going on. Oh my God, Tharman, 46 months. Take my money. I miss you. I love you. I understand. So Tharman is in a different time zone. So where he is, he's at work or getting off work and spending time with his fiance. Either way, go do what you're going to do, Tharman. Love you. Miss you. Thank you. Tharman used to be a heavy member of Toasker back in the day. I would say Tharman is your equivalent, Gloomy, with how often in streams and helping. Cooking. Ooh! Before you leave, what are you cooking? Tharman's an incredible cook. He makes feasts for his friends. He used to post pictures of the Discord. I miss it. You should post pictures of the Discord again. You don't have to talk, but show us your food. Because the stuff Tharman comes up with is amazing. I mean, he used to LARP, and so he'd make huge fantasy style feast stuff or D&D and gaming sessions, and he would post all that stuff. It was amazing. But yeah, so I'm trying to think for the way to show my wedding dress without taking it off the wall because it's in front of me. Yo, I'm an idiot. I can show you my wedding dress right now. Said Dean Goulash. I'm not sure what that is. Why don't I move the camera and show you guys my wedding gown? I'm an idiot. Hey, look. There's my wedding gown.
Oh.
What do you think?
I really like that.
Isn't it beautiful? But yeah, there was
Yeah,
flowers that all the way across the bodice. They were, and then the flowers went down the dress. I don't think you can see that part if it's close enough. But the flowers go down the dress, and then there's flowers here and there on the rest of the dress and down the train. So, but yeah, there you go. I can show my wedding gown, and I have a camera. I'm an idiot. Welcome to Justy's Not Smart. Okay.
Welcome to Dusty is fully rested, but does not think.
Yeah, I think I do better when I'm asleep because I have to concentrate more. I got the camera back. Hey, camera.
Earthquake.
Ah! There it goes. Nope. I moved the camera and now I'm screwed. Okay. Why is it so little? Yeah, let's try this. No. I gotta move the camera. I gooped up. Uh, there. Okay, we're back to the paint stream. Oh my god, yeah, you did see yourself. I don't point out who's on my wall, but Thurman did see himself. If you're in my Discord and you want to be on my friend wall, which I use to basically cheer me up whenever I feel like no one cares about me, I take it, I print it out, I put it on my wall. So yeah, if you were careful and paid attention, you would have seen Thurman, but you wouldn't know who he is because I never will point out who people are. That way, if you are someone that doesn't like how you look or sends me a picture of how you are inside but your family doesn't know or whatever, no one will ever see it. It's on my wall. And when people visit, they see all these pictures. I'm talking this wall's covered. I never say who anyone is except for it's the pictures of me and my parents. So Gloomy's not on my wall. I don't have a picture.
I sent you one.
I know. Did I print it out? No, I forgot. I don't have one yet. I'm going to eventually print it out. But I have to upload it to Walgreens and print it out that way because I don't have a photo printer. Anyway. Oh yeah, go. Yeah. Thank you for visiting, Thurman. Love you.
We don't need any house fires.
No.
Especially ones that Dusty causes.
Uh-oh, who's calling? Dad. Okay, Dad knows I'm streaming, so he'll leave a message with whatever he wants to say. Okay. He's gotten so he knows what my schedule is, and he literally go, I know you're working, and then he'll tell me what he needs me to know, and when he'll be home to call him back, and then at the end he'll go, I hope you're having a good work day. He actually acknowledges it's work now. I love it.
I love that.
I do. I've been doing this almost 5 years in July, and this is the first year where he finally calls it work and stuff. So, because before he would just go, you're just playing video games, you're just painting, it's not work. And then he finally, it's sad, when Mom died, he looked over and went, what exactly is streaming? So I showed him what I do, I showed him where I network, I showed him the 8 social media sites I have to do, and all the content I have to make, and all the stuff I have to do just to pay the car payment. And he's like, okay, it may not pay you a lot, but that's a lot of work. So he respects it now, which is awesome. It took too long, but we got there. We'll have a big celebration in July when it's 5 years, because 5 years is pretty big, I think, for streamers.
I agree.
But the first one we're doing is birthday stream on April 27th, because, I celebrate my birthday. People are like, why do you celebrate? Why do you tell people how old you are? I survived cancer. I will celebrate every single moment I can, because I am still here with you guys. You get a new perspective when you get told you have malignant cancer and you've got to go through treatment and stuff. It's just, and I will always celebrate I'm here, because there was a time I almost wasn't. I'm gonna change the direction this is going. That'll be more defined if I do this instead. This is gonna take so many layers because we use yellow. I forgot that yellow will make green because yellow's evil. We're gonna have to do so many layers of feathers on this dude.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
No, it's and that's okay. And the other thing is, I misjudged where he was gonna be. So I've got sections here that aren't even yellow, which I probably should fix right now when I'm thinking about it. I was so excited about getting that email this morning about the Utica Zoo that I just I forgot everything else. The hard part about the Utica Zoo, I'm going to tell you what the hard part's going to be. Keeping me at my booth. I'm going to want to go see animals. I'm not going to be allowed to see animals because I'm supposed to be vending. But animals, it is going to be very difficult.
Put you next to the foxes.
What was that?
Maybe they'll put you next to the foxes.
Utica Zoo doesn't have foxes anymore, I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, that you're thinking Fort Ricky Game Farm. No. And I don't know where they're going to put us, to be honest. They did say we have to be outside, but I don't know how they're going to arrange it because I've never been to the zoo when they do something like this. So it'll be interesting to see where they put us. If we're by animals, I'm assuming it would be by animals. Which one? You know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what animal it is. I'll be excited because animals. I should paint another mammal. I haven't painted a mammal in a while. Mammals are way harder though than birds. I don't know why. There. Are you gonna believe that that was not painted at the same time as everything else?
I don't think so. The background.
It's happy little accidents. I'll get the other yellow in there blended a little bit better, and if I can get the cap back on. But yeah, no, that our wedding was just incredible. The Discord, as I said, surprising me with a dress and shoes. They helped pay for the venue. It cost us $200 to elope. One of the members of the Discord at the time, who was my real life best friend, UA, showed up for it. Another member that's in the Discord that's talk a lot, Hillary, the one who's I'm going to her wedding, became my maid of honor by accident. And Nay, who you see in my Dusty After Dark, was best man by accident. What do I mean by accident? We showed up, and I think the venue might have been double booked or something because they were rushing. So they sent me, it's inside a hotel. It's called the Niagara Falls Chapel. It's inside a hotel. They have no changing rooms or anything. It's just this little tiny room decked out with those flowers you saw in a hotel, okay? So I get sent to the public bathroom in this hotel to change. So I'm trying to get into this gown inside this stall. It's not working. The lady in the other stall hears Hiller and I trying. She goes, "You're not naked, right?" I said, "No." And she's like, "I'll be right back." And she leaves. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? She comes back. She goes, "Okay, I told my boss I'm going to be at least 20 minutes late. Come out of the stall. The two of us are going to get you in that dress and we're going to get it right." And she helped. So both of them together were able to get me into the crinoline, into the dress, into everything. They both did my makeup together. This perfect stranger. And then I was ready to go and I was out the door. And turned out she worked in the restaurant across from the bathroom. Kindness of strangers, I tell you. So Hillary and I rushed back because the wedding's supposed to start in 15 minutes. So we're like, okay, we got time. We can get to the chapel. We can figure out what's going on. We get to the door and some flowers are thrust into Hillary's hand. And she goes, "Okay, the guys are waiting. Walk now. Walk slow. Music starts." And we're like, "What?" And Hillary's looking at me in panic, and she's walking now down the aisle. We're like, with the flowers. She's now my maid of honor. Because we were told you show up, you go up to the altar thing, the officiant's there, you get married, two people sign as witnesses, you're done. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it's a full wedding. So Hillary is walking down the aisle looking like a panicked deer. I'm sitting there going, "What's going on?" Outside the door, and the music switches over to "Here Comes the Bride," and she's like, okay, and she's like, "Here's your pacing, 1, 2." I'm like, "Pacing? And then she pushes me into the room, so I'm walking down the aisle. Like, what is going on here? And I see Rob standing with Nay, looking uncomfortable because not Rob, but Nay, because Nay is very shy, a huge introvert, standing there next to Rob, looking like he's going to puke. And I'm like, why is Nay up there? How did this become a wedding? And I walk down, but as soon as I see Rob's eyes and the love and the look, and he's starting to cry. Yes, I am a very sensitive, I love it, my husband. I forget everything, and I just get up there and I'm just lost as I said. I have no idea what we said during the wedding ceremony. I don't. It was a blur because all I could see was Rob. But after I'm like, what the hell was all that? I'm not understanding what just happened. And Rob goes, the lady asked where you were, and I said you were changing to a wedding gown. She goes, okay, change of plans. You're now best man. You hand him the rings. You're standing up there. Rob, you're standing here. And it became a full wedding. He had no say because Rob, if you're assertive, will just go, yes, ma'am. So Nay's like, I was just put up there. I thought she'd grab Yue, but she literally looked at Yue and I and went, which side are you with? And Yue goes, I'm with the bride. So immediately, Nay was best man because he was with Rob. So, and since Hillary was my only female there, because I only had two friends with me because it's an elopement, she became, without even any warning, Hillary's like, I was not prepared for that. I needed warning for that. That was that. She's like, but she's like, I'm happy I was your maid of honor, but holy shit. I'm like, you're telling me? I had no idea. I tripped walking because I was not prepared. I tripped a little bit, but I caught myself. It's on one of the video shots. You can see me stumble and recover because I wasn't prepared for it either. Because I thought it was just we stand up there, we're done. But no, it was a full wedding. And then after that,
Adorable.
we walked over to the Niagara Falls to do our photos because Frank, Frank Prime in the Discord, he's a photographer. So we went over to, we figured wedding photos could be in front of the falls, and that way we could have all our, friends there and stuff like that. So we're getting our photos done, right? And people start taking our pictures, strangers,
Mm.
and we're like, "What's going on?" And so Hillary went over to talk to one of them, came over, and that person told Hillary, these guys have to be famous. Look how beautiful the couple is, and look at how the arrangement. And they got a photographer, so people thought we were someone famous that got married at the falls. So they were taking pictures of this famous couple, and we're dying because we're not famous at all. But it's like, okay. It was just weird because we posed in different areas, so the falls are backgrounds in different ways, and people took pictures. We had a crowd. It was bizarre. So that was how our wedding went anyway. Total cost for our wedding was $500 because we had to rent a car to make sure we could get Nay, Yue, the kids, everybody in it because our car wouldn't fit everybody because we drove.
Mhm.
This is how painful the day was. Rob didn't have a driver's license yet, so I'm the only driver. We know I'm in pain as it is driving 20 minutes. I went and got Nay. Then I came back and got the kids. Nay is 2.5 hours the other direction from Niagara Falls. So I got Nay, got the kids, went to Niagara Falls, which is 4 hours away. Drove there, did what we needed to do, drove back, spent the night at home, then the next morning got up, drove Nay back, and dropped off the rental car. Rob figured it out 11.5 hours. My hand was no good for like 3 days. It was bad. But Nay doesn't have a license. Rob didn't have a license. But that's why immediately after that, Rob started learning how to drive because he's like, never again am I going to see you in this kind of pain.
So sweet, though.
You've been being boozled.
I've been being boozled. It's weird seeing someone sent. I don't understand why it's saying someone sent. Something's wrong. I don't know what it is, but I will take the bean boozled. I might have to open a ticket about that. But anyway, it's a shiny red bean. Oh. That's one of the new sours. We got a little bag of sour beans. I mean, this is a good one. I don't know. I can't tell you what the flavor is. So I don't remember what they were. But some of the sours are good. So
You've been being boozled.
I forgot. I'm not allowed to have a good bean.
Mm-hmm.
This one's shiny too. Oh, whatever it is, it's clashing horribly. Oh, that's sour. Okay, there are two sour ones, but it'll go together. Oh God, no. Oh God. Do you hate me?
No.
Oh God, that was bad. That was bad. It's okay. I'm still chewing it, trying to get rid of it. On fire, still. Yeah, no, don't laugh at that. I mean, thank you for the volts. The volts do help the platform, and they help me because we all know I just spent a lot of money to do stuff that's needed to steps to get my family safe. That's how I'm gonna put it. So expensive steps to get my family safe, but they're needed nevertheless. All right. So his beak is, this is weird. His beak's gonna be fuzzy. Everything about it, he's a muppet. Everything about him's fuzzy, isn't it?
Yes.
This is such a weird bird.
You want the well, you got a challenge, which is good.
Yeah, I
I
like
like challenges.
challenges. I like challenges. I just don't know if I can pull this one off. I'm gonna try. I mean, he's starting to kind of look like him. This is definitely a challenge. Because I'm trying to, because everything is the same shade of blue, so it's going to be hard to get the definition. So this is a hell of a challenge, actually. Okay, I think that's coming down too far. I think it's got to come up here more. I'm trying to figure out where his bottom, jaw is. It's kind of hard to figure that out. Hi, honey. Be proud of me. You did set up the camera, so I had to figure out how to get it working. It was black. It was still on virtual cam. But I figured it out. You did not. It's okay. You were tired. I got good news for you. I don't know if you saw Family Chat. It's going to be a little crazy because I'm going to have to paint a lot, but we got into Utica Zoo on the 25th. She said setup is 3:15, or takedown's 3:15.
Okay, so it was a typo. The 9 o'clock break is set takedown time.
Yeah, so we are going to do the Utica Zoo, and then we're going to do Goose Goose Duck. Got other good news, and this is going to be a little bit crapped. We have a craft show now every weekend of June. I got to paint a lot. It's going to be hard. Yeah, because we were doing Utica Pride, and then nothing, and then Camden, I think it is. But in between popped up Al's doing Rome Pride and asked if we would do that Sunday. So. No, it's not. They put it on Flag Day. She literally went, "You don't have commitments on Flag Day." I'm like, "Who has commitments on Flag Day?" And she's like, so, because the reason why is every single year they've been putting it on Father's Day. This is the first time and every year I say I can't go, and a lot of other people, like last year, I guess foot traffic is really down because it's Father's Day. Fathers don't go to craft shows. It's just that simple. So now that they moved it to Flag Day, they should get better attendance. So I will happily go to that and support. I will support Pride whenever I can, which is why I got excited. I got into the Utica Pride, which Alice was filling out the application today. I hope she gets in. Sorry, I hope they get in. I keep screwing that up. I gotta work on that better. I am a bad person. But
You're trying, though. That's all that matters.
I know, but it's just my brain just forgets. Because when I meet someone and they're one way, and then when they finally come out a different way, my brain keeps reverting, and I gotta stop that because that's not fair to them, and it's bad. So I'm trying to get my brain damage to behave itself. That's a memory thing. I'm doing better though ever since I started taking lion's mane's mushrooms. The doctor was spot on with that one. I have doctors that are actually encouraging herb use instead of meds, and I am so happy about that because I'm seeing a big difference. Just like I don't have the stupid perimenopausal symptoms that much anymore because of the herbs that they had me do instead of hormones. Natural is so much better. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm sleeping better. I don't have the night sweats anymore. They're gone. It just took some herbs. And I don't like this painting. Just letting you know. Okay. But
you hate all of them when they're in progress.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do. We don't have any stock paintings wise, and it's next week, so I've got to paint a ton. So be prepared to be massaging my hand 24/7. I'm sorry, but it's got to be done. And I have to do 7 streams this week. This is a 7 stream week, and I have to paint up a storm. Is Cinder dancing behind me again? Hi, Cinder. He's not even dancing to the beat of the music.
I don't know what beat is going on.
He's Cinder. He doesn't have any rhythm.
Oh, you're right. Orange Cast can't have rhythm. That is very true. He's definitely not graceful or anything.
That is true. He has no rhythm.
He does not.
He does not have rhythm.
You know how they say cats land on their feet all the time? They haven't met Cinder. Cinder, why are you upside down? What are you doing, bub? Oh my god, somebody recognized it. Yes, Big Bad Dirty Dog. That is what this is. I was challenged to paint this thing, and yes, I'm doing a good job if you already recognize who it is. Yes, it is Sam the Eagle. Have you seen one of my streams with Corlett the Goose? This was something he asked if it was I could do as a challenge myself. Paint a Muppet in my style. So this is a challenge. And I took it.
If it was in your style, wouldn't the beak be like a natural beak?
It would, but I think that would be going too far. Because people wouldn't recognize a hard beak on Sam the Eagle. It wouldn't be right. So I'm just making everything feathers. Because that's what he is. Everything about him is soft. So I'm just gonna, you know.
A big stuffed animal.
Yeah, it's like a big stuffed animal. I'm basically doing a plush, I guess. But yeah, I was challenged. I'm glad you can recognize it. How you doing, Big Bad Dirty Dog? Clearly must be doing something right. He recognized it. Or they recognized it. Doing something right. I know. I'm trying. Trying. I'm too awake today. I'm not used to it. I have been sleepwalking through life for so long. Yes, Atlas, it's Monday. Every other Monday, it is Dusty art time. Unless I decide to pull Gloomy in and do a couple pop-up paint streams while I'm trying to get ready for the art show next week. Got an art show at a zoo. I'm going to be too excited for a while. I have been wanting to get into one of the bigger zoos for a while, and to get into Utica Zoo is just awesome. You're waiting for your queue into hell. Tarkov. I'm assuming that's a game, Impact? I'm not familiar with it.
It is a game.
I hope that your queue is quick, even though it means you leave me. So I don't want you to leave me, but if you're trying to get into a game, long queues suck. I will give you that. I remember those days when I used to play Overwatch religiously. Back before my hand decided to crap out and get worse. But they said that would happen. I was warned about it. It used to be 15 minutes. That's still pretty long. What is it now, do I dare ask? Because I see the word used to be. 5 minutes tops. Oh, that's fast. So I don't have you long, but I'm glad you're here a little bit.
Sounds like DVD queues.
You've had a 50-second queue? Wow. That's amazing. That's how it used to be for me when I used to play. Oh crap, what was that game that's addictive that Wolfie was addicted to? League of Legends. I used to be heavy into that too. There's a lot of stuff I used to be heavy into before my hand decided to take a turn for the worse. 2 minutes today. Bye. So I miss a lot of games I used to be able to play, but they did warn me that my hand would get worse and I'd have to start to pick and choose what I want to use my hand for. And I've chosen art because it's art, you know. I think
Hmm.
his head is wrong. I'm gonna put the whites of the eyes in and see what's wrong. And again, you won't wait for more than 1 minute or 30 seconds. That's nice. So I think the eyes are. I think one's too high. And then again, he does that. He moves his eyebrows, doesn't he? He does
He
move his
does.
eyebrows. He does.
Um, it could also look like, he's got like his head tilted a little bit.
I just realized that I'm not showing that. Okay. I had someone say that they watch me not the VOD on silent and they just watch the paint evolve and they like to see the mixing. And I didn't realize the palette wasn't in frame. I am sorry. I do find it neat that somebody just watches the painting happen because I like to see from beginning to end because that's what I usually do is I show you guys every step of the way. That way you guys, I can't be accused of AAR at shows. I know I am, but I can just pull up the VOD. One of these days I'm going to get a tablet that I can just put on the table and just show the different VODs. But I don't know how to do that because the VODs are on YouTube and you need internet for that. So I don't know how I could do it, but I wish I knew a way.
Mm.
Like maybe
You could
some
do like
download
a hot
them or something. I don't know.
download too. Yeah.
But I don't have a tablet that I can do that with that can stand on the table because I'm so tired of people coming over and looking at my art and going, nice AI art. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's like, excuse me? Ah, what?
That's crazy.
Or my favorite guy. Ah, that's great AI art. I can't wait to get home and do similar prompts. I hope I can get as good as yours. Excuse oh, back up. What? Guy literally goes around art shows to get ideas of what he wants for his walls and then just prints it. He does AI and prints it out. So it's like, yeah, exactly, Atlas. They look at my prints and they don't think that it's based on real art. So that's why I gotta find a way to afford a tablet where I can like download VODs to it and just have it on the table going. Because if I have something like that on the table going, then they won't be able to say anything because it's right there in front of them, me doing it. But that's a cost that I do not have right now. There's other costs that are more important right now. Like I'm trying to decide how to hang the clip thing that you bought, Gloomy. I've found a couple displays on Amazon that might work, but they're like $23 to $32, and it's like if I do that, I've already cut into any profit I'm going to make, so I may have to just lay them on the table. It won't look as nice and be eye catching, but it's cheaper than buying the display. Eventually, I need the display though, because stuff that stands and you can spin around will catch your eye more than flat on the table, but little at a time. But yeah,
And
no,
that's on your list, right?
yeah. I haven't decided which one's better. There's one that is most expensive where it stands on the floor. Because when I take the tables, I do one goes across the front, and then one goes down the side. And then there's like a space between the two, and that a spinning thing could sit there from the floor. But that's the most expensive. And then there's a flat pegboard one, which wouldn't take up that much space on the table because it's flat, and you just hang them on that. But
Mm-hmm.
my table space is usually really full. So I don't know where that would go. But we could find room. We haven't decided what's best, but I think we're going to go with what costs the least, not what's best, I think. But not until we actually make some money at these shows. Money first, then displays.
Don't forget you have a birthday.
Yeah, I know I have a birthday, but unless it's a big one like my 5-0, I usually don't have presents to unwrap. I usually just unwrap what my sisters send me during the unwrapping part. It's very rare I get presents these days because people realize subs, bits, volts are more important because I can actually pay the as I haven't paid off that car repair, that $767 one. It's sitting on a credit card. So any money I raise, that's why we do those different challenges and giveaways. Anything that comes in during my birthday stream is going to go right to pay off that car bill because it's sitting there just gathering interest and it kills me. but I don't have $767, and now I just spent $225 for photos. I don't have money for that either. So I understand why I don't get presents, because people rather send me volts and subs or just straight donations and make me eat toast so that I can help. They help my family directly, and that right now is more needed. So I'm perfectly fine with no presents. It's nice having presents, but I don't have to have presents. That makes sense? That should make sense.
No, it definitely makes sense.
So, but and until I started streaming, I never had birthday presents other than what my sister sent me anyway. So I'm used to being ignored on my birthday. When I was part of Dagger Battle Games, though, when I turned 40, they actually started Gates of Flora, a special fighting event for me every year. So I did have that. I'm very grateful I had an event named after me that people would come from all over the East Coast and celebrate with me that way. But, cake and presents, that kind of thing, that didn't happen until I did my 50th birthday. But most of my birthday streams are we just have fun raising money. It's not the other stuff. You would totally help you set that up, but you don't live near there. I know, Atlas. The only person that lives near me is Al, and Al is wonderful. And I'm gonna give Al cucumber plants because I have too many babies. Sometimes my green thumb is a bad thing. Because
I don't know about that one.
well, you're supposed to just pluck the ones you don't want, and that's how it's supposed to work. You plant 3 seeds, usually only 1 or 2 grows. You pull one out so the other one thrives. But I feel bad pulling that one out, and I tend to put it in soil, and then I get too many plants because I feel bad killing a plant. It explains my kitchen. That's all I'm gonna say. It explains my kitchen. Oh, but yeah. I'm going to put a little more around his eyes. I think I need to bring in the black for his eyebrows, because I think what's wrong is his head's too short on top. So we'll bring in the black and we'll see where his eyebrows are, and I think that'll help. He's not a real bird. I couldn't research him for all angles and understand how he works without watching the Muppet Show over and over again. And I don't know which episodes he's on. Because Sam Eagle is on all of them. But he did show up in the special. I was so happy they did have him there. I squealed. It was fun. So I was such a little. I'm so glad Rob puts up with me, because we're watching the Muppet special, and I'm just squealing like a little kid, because it's everything that they pulled out is like, oh my god, they remembered that. They remembered that. Rob just smiled and watched me be excited. That's what he does. He loves to watch me be excited.
I see you.
Oh my god. You do know when I'm doing eyebrows, it's like doing eyeballs, and it's bad to do jump scares. You do know that, right? Okay.
No.
Just checking. As half true as you thank you for not killing the plants. Yeah, that's it. You get it. You get it, Atlas. I was for 12 years in Dagger Battle Games. I portrayed a dryad. My armor was all leaves, made out of thick leather, and all my outfits had leaves either sewn into them or the motif of them, and everything was. I was a dryad. I had leaves out of my hair every place I went. So, and I did that on purpose because, one, it was a joke, which I'll explain in a second, and the other is because I love plants. I love growing things, and then I love animals, so it just makes sense to be a dryad, a creature from the woods. Now, why it's a joke? Here we go. Dagger Battle Games, you pick a theme for your unit, and that's what you go with. When we saw what they were, we thought it was a LARP. We didn't know it wasn't a LARP. So and a bunch of us LARPers sat down. There was about 5 of us, and we said we want to try Dagger Battle Games because it's supposed to be hard-hitting combat, unlike the LARPs, which are lightest hit. So the 5 of us said, why don't we like Narnia? Why don't we be Narnians? And my ex-husband said that he was going to be a fawn. So I decided to name myself Flora. Flora and fauna.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately he's like, well, if you're Flora, what are you? And I'm like, dryads. The Narnia books have dryads in them. So I went with Dryad, and the rest is history, and I was a Dryad for 12 years, and I loved every minute of it. Even, I will fully admit, even when I became a god by accident, I didn't enjoy some of the stuff that happened when I was a god, but I did enjoy being... When the worship got to 700 people, it was a little out of control, and I couldn't go to the bathroom without worshipers. Yeah, that was a little bit much, but it still was a interesting time and fun time of my life. But yeah, no, I've always had a green thumb. My gardens, everything. I love plants. I talk to plants. They love me, and they just grow. I've got 4 plants inside the house that are outdoor plants that I'm told can't grow inside, and they're doing great. So never let someone tell you something can't be done when it comes to indoor plants. You can. Yeah, his head is too squat. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. But right now I'm growing... What was that?
That's an easy fix.
It is an easy fix. I just gotta go back and do it. But right now I'm just making sure I've got this thick enough so I know exactly where the head needs to go. And then I'll have to go back and do the black, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no. That should work. Okay, let's get the head back on. Okay, head. We need more of this. So I'll just bring it this way. I miss fighting, though. I do. I think that's the thing I miss the most is fighting on the battlefield. It's one, it's the only place where I felt like I had so control of my life, because I would walk onto that battlefield, I would see who's where, I would pick who I would be fighting with, and then they would announce what the challenge was, and I would, you know, gather the people around me and tell them where I wanted the people to be so we could win it. And I would say a good 85% of the time, my strategies work and we won. Because as we went, I would say, okay, this is how we're going to start. And then when something would go south, because something always did on the battlefield, I would be right there saying, okay, you guys with me, feel this, do this, and we would win the day. And I miss that. There's nothing like leading 1,000 people on a battlefield. It's just, it's a rush like you've never felt. But it's safe battlefield, you know? It's not real war. I mean, yeah, it's football with sticks. Hi, Lasna! It's football with sticks, so it was dangerous. I mean, that's how I got my condition where I lost my ability to do math. But at the same time, it's so fun. How you doing, Lasna? I love the pictures you sent. I put some pictures, and I had Rob put pictures, and Dusty went nuts taking pictures, Lasna. I don't know if you saw those. So you could see what some of the old buildings in my area look like. Because you send us ours. I know ours aren't as old as yours by any means. Because I think the oldest building I showed you is probably 200 years old. So that's as old as we get. Think you'd be okay? You never had any ability to do math anyway? I was a math whiz. I used to be able to program and do all kinds of stuff. So I miss math. But at the same time, the battle rush, when you're doing every man for themselves, you have 2,000 people on the battlefield, and you're just going crazy, and then you look down to grab a javelin, look up, and realize you are one of 5 people left. I came in second out of 1,000 people. I came in second place. I was good at it. On your way to be a referee to make some money, and I started a legacy challenge in Sims 4. Wow, you're busy. That sounds like fun stuff. I'm not sure about the referee to make some money. I'm not... Oh, you're refereeing a game to get paid. That's awesome. Pays good. I understand. Legacy challenge in Sim 4. I looked at those. I have never done one. I don't play Sims enough to do that. I go into Sims mostly to just make people in the Discord and not play with them. Yes, there are times where I just sit there and make what people look like. The people I know what they look like. I make them in The Sims. I'm weird, I know. But it's fun to play dress up, you know? I haven't made you yet, Gloomy. I should. Dusty was a Valkyrie in a previous life. I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's weird. I'm clumsy and all kinds of stuff off the battlefield. But you put me on the battlefield and people tell me it's like I grow 7 feet tall. And literally I command armies. And I miss that because I can't do that with my hand anymore. But to come in second place in an every man for yourself battle is just, yeah, it's cool. And I can use any weapon. I've been trained in daggers. I have been trained in single sword. I have been trained in Florentine and dual wielding. I can use pole arms. I can use sword and board, as we call it, sword and shield. I can use a bow. The bow was actually my best weapon to use until I learned how to use the other ones as well. I used to fight Hema with live steel. I won a spot to get on the U.S. team in Hema to go to Poland, but then COVID hit, and and we couldn't go because COVID hit. But I had a place to go fight Hema in Poland. I'm still mad to this day. I never got that opportunity. No, Florentine. Florentine is a single sword and dagger. It's a style. Not quarantine, Florentine. Yeah, because dual wielding is usually two swords of the same length. Florentine is a single sword and a dagger to fight. But yeah, I was actually knighted in real life which is pretty cool. I belonged to a group that had permission from way back, from the Queen of England, blah blah blah, to have a knight group. That took me 3 years to earn, but I earned the knighthood by doing everything that needed to be done. Because that's more than fighting. With that group, you had to do charity work, you had to run events, you had to do all kinds of stuff. So, and that was the lifesteal group. So, but yeah, I don't look it now. I look like a fat old person, but at one time, I was on the battlefield, which is why you'll hear me getting mad at games, going, "That's not how that works." And so, because I will yell at games when they're using swords and bows in weird ways. It's like, so many games stab people with an arrow. You know how hard it is to do that? You can't do that. You're not going to kill someone with an arrow. Sorry. That brings new meaning whenever Dusty says settle down. Yeah. So.
We don't know how to settle down though.
No, I tell them to settle down. There are times where Toast Crew.
No, like us in general. We don't know how to.
You do if I use mom voice. I've done that on some of the Toast Crews. When I pull up mom voice, it's amazing how I get. Ooh! It's funny. I did that once with Nay and Rob when we were getting ready before Dragon joined, and I pulled up my mom voice because they were being so unruly before we started, and they went. No, she's asked Atlas. We know you stream, and we can shout at Atlas. We're talking to Laz now. Laz is doing a legacy. But yeah, so I made them both squeal. They literally both went, ah, yes, mom. I got yes, mom from Nay. It was hilarious. Nay's like, oh god, I did that. I'm like, you did that. It's like, we weren't live, were we? No, we're not live yet because you're being unruly. I need you to behave. Because there's chaos and then there's chaos. There's two different ways of doing things. So, but yeah, I have a mom voice. I also have a sexy voice I used to use when I did customer service. And many people say it sounded like they were calling a 900 line, but guys calm down more when you do that. Must have been you in response to my story. Oh, okay. But yeah, there are groups across the country if you want to learn sword fighting. Dagger Battle Games kind of imploded, but the SCA is a good place, and I don't know who's doing the HEMA stuff anymore. I do know the Green Mountain Boars, my unit that was training to go to other countries, still does it. They're in Vermont. They're literally called the Green Mountain Boars. I think they have a Facebook group. But if you look around and you just type in sword fighting groups near me, you'll find stuff, Atlas. They're out there. You might have to drive, but they're out there. Because I will admit, I had to drive all my training every weekend. I drove to Vermont for my HEMA training. Every single weekend I was in Vermont. That was a 4-hour drive to get beat up, to learn, to do what I had to do. But it was a wonderful time. But I worked my way up to it because, I started with LARPing. And then I went to Dagger Battle Games, which is football with sticks. And then I went to live steel fighting. I worked my way up to that, getting my body trained more and more and more to make sure I could handle it. And now
How
I'm.
long was that drive?
What was that?
How long was that drive to Vermont?
About 4 hours to 4.5, depending on which site we were going to. So I would.
Not as terrible as I was thinking.
No, I would drive 4 hours, do everything I needed to do, and then we would have this huge bonfire. Vermont's the first time I ever saw the Milky Way, because you can't see the Milky Way in the city. But in Vermont, where we fought was in the middle of woods on top of a mountain.
Mhm.
So there was no lights from any source other than the bonfire, and you just sat there and stared at the sky. And then we would pass a drinking horn around, and we would just fill that with mead and tell stories. And it was just a magical time. It was just truly magical. I miss that so much. I miss the guys. But unfortunately, during COVID, my pain started getting worse from my hand, and it's because I developed that syndrome. I forgot what the name of it was. Hi, Claimer Nation. We're doing great. And then I got diagnosed with my spine is disintegrating. So one hit to the spine could kill me. So I had to retire. So during COVID, I lost my fighting, and I miss it. And I miss the guys. I miss leading. I miss everything about it. Am I telling stories you guys have heard before? I hope not, because I don't know what I've told you in the past. Like, have I ever told you my favorite thing I used to do with the Vikings when we would perform at Ren fairs?
I don't think I remember that one.
Don't remember that one? Okay, the Vikings are all large men. You've not heard any of
Mm.
these? Okay. Are very large. Think, football, guys. There are some whip thin ones, and those ones usually are the spearmen. When I joined their group, I was still a 14th century medieval fighter, so I had the full heavy metal helmet and the metal chest plate and the metal, greaves and legs, clank, 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 traditional knight that you expect. So we did a skit because at Ren fairs, we got paid to perform at Ren fairs. I got paid the most. Here's why. Every single one of the Vikings, shy as shy can be. So I got paid more to stand in front of the Vikings and go, "This is the Green Mountain Boars. We're about to, fight for you." And then when it's done, "Did you enjoy the show? If you got questions, I can answer them." And I would explain to them about the times of the Vikings and all that stuff, because their outfits and my outfit, 100% historical. They researched heavy. The tents, everything was extreme, is period to what a Viking would have, including when we ate and stuff. If you came over, we would be eating stuff we cooked and did ourselves. The women that were married to the Vikings usually took care of all that. I was the only female fighter. Because female fighters, when it comes to HEMA, it's scary. You're getting more of them now, which is awesome. But at the time, it wasn't a thing. So I got paid to be the voice, the spokesman, which is awesome. It's nice to be able to get paid $300 a weekend just to, do what you love. But anyway, we had a skit we would do. Instead of Vikings, I would put on my lifesteal stuff, and my partner, who had the heavy metal lifesteal, the night clank clank knights, we would put those on, and we would go up to the crowd going, "We're gonna fight together. You're gonna see us fight a two-man thing, blah blah blah." And then the Vikings would show up behind us, banging on their shields, going, "We will take you down." And we would turn and go, "No, we're not here to fight you. There's no reason to fight you." And then they would like part like the Red Seas, and they would have someone they had chosen in the audience, a little girl, kidnapped, quote unquote. "You must fight us, or we will keep this child forever and never return it to her parents." And the kids will, of course, ham it up because kids love that. So we would turn and we would start fighting the Vikings. The two of us would fight the Vikings, and and for run fairs, we tended to have it choreographed a little bit. And by choreographed, I mean the fight itself, not choreographed, but where we would hit to make sure that no one would get hurt, but it would look good to kill, quote unquote. Because you can't. We would do HEMA once a day, but the rest of the time we would do stuff that would entertain the crowd. So we would fight, and my partner would get killed, and I would be the sole survivor, and I would get down and I would kill the last two Vikings and save the princess. And then I would turn to the crowd and I would yell through my helmet, "She is saved!" And then I'd get down on one knee, take the helmet off, tuck it under my arm, take the hand of the princess, and go, "My princess, you are truly free. I hope you live a
Oh.
long life." And the crowd would go wild because all you would hear was, "It's a girl!" because you can't tell when I'm in clank, clank, clank. Everyone assumes it's a guy. And then usually the girl, whoever I'm holding the hand of, would look at me and just go, "I didn't know we could fight." And then I would take her over to her parents and I'd go, "Anyone want to talk to me about being a female fighter? Now's your time." And I'd be swarmed with little girls. And they would all be excited and they would all like, "I want to be a fighter when I grow up. I want to do that too." And I would talk to them about what you have to do and the training and all that stuff. And it felt empowering because I was empowering these girls to do something they thought they couldn't do. And the parents would go, "I didn't know a girl could do that." And it was just really awesome. That was my favorite skit we would do, Save the Princess. Because no one ever expects a female under the armor. So yeah, now I'm gonna start crying and remembering because it was a good time. It was a good time. So that was my favorite skit we did.
We need more female empowerment.
Yeah, I got to do it for. I fought lifesteal with the Green Mountain Boars. What, 3 years? Before that, it was lifesteal with the Soros Deluxe. That was my group. The Nightly Order of the Fiat Lux is a real night organization here in the United States. It's only men at the time. So I said, I want to do this. And they allowed me to fight and practice with them, but I could not get any acknowledgement. So I formed the Nightly Order of the Sororis Deluxe. And I had the women fighting. Because a lot of the guys said we couldn't because women will get hurt, blah, blah, blah. They're not like you. Having a Nightly Order of the Soros Deluxe made them change their minds, so they allowed women in the Nightly Order of Fiat Lux. So I disbanded my group because I managed to make them be a all genders welcome group. I did that, so very proud of that one too. So, but the Fiat Lux had some, I'm going to say, internal issues I was not approving of. So I joined a different group called Altera, which is a basically think SCA but with lifesteal swords. And I enjoyed that group immensely. But one event we were at, the Green Mountain Boars watched me fight, and one of the guys got angry at me because I was winning. And there's no place for anger on the battlefield. But he took back his gauntlet fist and he punched me, and I flew ass over tea kettle because I wasn't doing HEMA yet. We were doing SCA rules fighting. That's not allowed. Let's see. Lessa says no. That means the rewards request 3-day, but I can join sometimes on Discord and stream it there. There you go. Last on Gloomy should talk about a good time to do that so Gloomy can watch. But yeah, I went SO. I got back up and immediately went back into the battlefield with this guy because it was a one-on-one tournament, and I said, "There's no place for anger ever on the battlefield. I want your sword. I want you off this field, and you will not come back." And the crowd just went wild because they thought that I was like dangerously hurt. But by that point, I'd had 22 concussions, and one of them bad enough I lost the whole day, and I lost math. I mean, what's one more? So, but to be honest with you, I don't get to concussions playing lifesteal. Lifesteal, you're so padded and you're so protected. You can get punched. You can. That's why HEMA is dangerous, but not as dangerous as Dagger Battle. Because Dagger Battle games, you fight with no armor. Yeah, they're foam, but everything else is just like HEMA, so that's way more dangerous. But yeah, so that one there. But the Vikings saw what I did, and they invited me to come to their area, which I was always wanted to, but they always were too shy, so you couldn't really approach them. And they went, "We've nicknamed you Beast. We want you." And I'm like, "What do you mean you want me?" And they're like, we actually get paid to do this stuff. You guys are performing for free. We get paid. We travel around and we do HEMA, and we also the ones who are the U.S. team that fights in Poland, Germany at the rotating HEMA competition. And I'm like, and you want me? They're like, have you seen you fight? I'm like, well, no, I can't see me fight. I'm the one fighting. And I said, I can't really leave Altera. I feel guilty. And they went, we can pay you $300 a weekend. And I went, Altera, I love you guys, but I'm being paid to do this now. And I left. I know that was probably sounded bad, but that's how I ended up with the Vikings, because they saw it and they were impressed, and the rest is history. I became the first female Viking fighter. So it was funny because my partner at the time, he's like, do I get to come too? And they literally said, if you must. And he was so mad because I got the first thing you do when you approach the Vikings is you have to go through a test to see what your skill level is, to see if you have talent, blah, blah, blah. And we both got tested at the same time with 2 other individuals. And by the time we were done, the other 3, my ex included, were put in the beginner area of maybe you have talent. That's what they called it. And I got given the head trainer of the Viking organization right from the start. And boy, did my partner get mad. But I already had been trained in all kinds of weapons for doing all kinds of fighting. He came from lightest hit LARP. He had no idea how to fight, but he thought he did. Love him to pieces to this day. I mean, because yeah, he's a very sweet man, but no. So, and I worked hard for a year before I got allowed to do the HEMA fighting. I was only allowed to do the what we called play acting at the Run fairs, and then I got to test for this in year 3. I got to test for the U.S. team, and I got it. I got it. Quick question: how many people are you serving? Zero people are not 18 plus, Lasna. We don't, but if it's NSFW, keep it in the NSFW place, please. If you're thinking that, but no, we have nobody under the age of 18. We don't allow that. So, my streams are over 18, so is my Discord. Even though this stream doesn't have to be over 18, I've got it listed as that, because sometimes I say things I shouldn't say. We all know this. It's me. Okay, I think I need a different shade of blue. I talk too much there, Gloomy. But how's that? Is there more questions about my Viking years?
I don't have any questions, but I do love how they basically told your partner at the time, if you must.
Yeah, they didn't
That
like
was
him.
great.
They didn't like him at all. The first thing they said when I started showing up to practice is, "Do you have to bring him?" And I'm like, "Yes, he's my partner." And they're like, "You know he doesn't treat you right." And I'm like, "He treats me better than my other one." And they're like, "That's not the way to go about things." They kept trying to talk me out of being with the guy. And then when the guy finally dumped me for someone he found on the internet, which I don't blame him. That's how I found Rob. Because it was weird. My ex was a good person to most people. It's just he didn't treat me right, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But,
no, I've been there.
Yeah. So, you wished you were accused of talking too much. Oh, I got almost every note home from teachers was that. But anyway, yeah, no, when the Vikings were kind, that when I got dumped, but the guy wouldn't move out because his new love of his life couldn't leave her husband for what was it, 4 months. We had to stay living together. So and I didn't have any money because all I had was whatever I made from the Vikings, because he supported us, the ex did. So the head of the Vikings would call me and go, "How sad are you today?" And I would say, "Very." And he'd grab me and I would spend a week in Vermont on the weekends fighting, and during the week helping with the farm that they had, the chickens and things, and just until he moved out. They were so gracious. And by that point, I was no longer able to fight with sword and board. I was doing spear. But I love spear. Very good with the spear. But And then when the ex moved out, I was starting to get the weird pains in my shoulder. And so they told me, I should do something about that. And they were worried about the neck. And so I still kept going, even though I shouldn't have, because, didn't want to lose that. And then when I met Rob's like, you need to go to the doctor, find out what's wrong. And that's when we found out my spine's disintegrating. And that's when Ed said, sorry, you're done. Oh, you have an NSFW mod. I gotcha. So what you do is when you do that, there's a place for other games to stream. Don't stream it in the drawer. Go down to other games, and you know how you can title on the Discord what you're watching? Because they have that now. Put down NSFW mod, warning, NSF, and then stream down there to Gloomy. That's perfectly fine. I don't know if you saw the gaming channels that are there. Use one of those. So that way you can still do it. Just warn people ahead of time before they click and join in to watch. But don't stream it in the drawer. The drawer is not the place for that. But use the gaming channels and have fun. Show Gloomy. Since Gloomy said it's fun. I see you. I see you. I see you.
It's because I use it.
I know. I do not. But that's not my cup of tea, so. Now what I
Uh,
wish I had a unlimited disposable income so I could get that fairy DLC they've got. That $39
mm.
thing. I want that so bad.
So the reason why I use the mod though is for more realistic like periods.
Okay. No,
I just like to have the game to be more realistic than it actually is.
no, I don't mind it. It's just because it's your cup of tea doesn't mean it's my cup of tea, but that's still fun for you to do. That's great. I will admit I very rarely do anything modded, especially now that my PC is dying.
Oh, fair.
Gotta get going. You got class? Bye, Atlas. Thank you for stopping by.
Have a good day. Make good choices.
Make good choices. I'm trying to get this thing looking more like a thing. But yeah. But no, seriously, I'm an open book, guys. If you guys have any questions of any decade of my life, because I have 5 decades under me, I can tell you what it was like to do, to be in movies or be in music video or fight or be a model or be a member of 4-H since when the clover buds got invented that my mom invented. I'm still proud of that. You know, being at antique car shows, I can, I try. If you need, if it helps you, understand me, I will talk about the abuse I've suffered. Anything that you guys want to know about me, the plants, my times in the woods. I grew up in the woods. I am a wild
Dusty, I
child.
need to kidnap you.
You need to kidnap me? Why do you need to kidnap me?
So that way we can go thrifting.
How many thrift shops you got?
Oh, goodness. I don't think I have that many near me.
As I say, if you want to go thrifting and go hiking, I have 2 thrift shops right here in my city. So we can literally go thrifting after we go hiking. I can add that to you. Bye, Atlas. I can add that to your trip if you want to.
Yeah, see, we just got invited to a wedding. So I need to find something for said wedding.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, I have the Salvation Army here, and I have a thrifty shopper, and I said I just got an evening gown off the thrifty shopper. Our thrifty shopper has some good things, but outside the radius, one thing that we have is not clothing, but we have, I think it's 6 antique and collectible stores you can go to, plus an art gallery.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you're into antiquing, this is the area for you because every little town around us has something.
Oh, I love antiquing.
Yeah, and of course, and we have the thrifty shop, and there's also thr thrift stores and stuff like that too. It's just you could spend a whole weekend easily going between within 15 minutes of my house, going to at least 6 to 8 antique shops, and then you've got the collectible shops too, and then we got the like 3 or 4 thrift shops. That's one thing we do. We're very touristy when it comes to that. We have all that kind of stuff. You just pick a town and go. And then, of course, we got all the farms as well, and the 2 zoos. Yeah, there's a lot to do here, which is funny. So many people I know are like that live here. I was like, it's so boring. There's nothing to do here. Have you gone to the lavender fields and picked lavender? That's a thing? Yeah. Have you gone to the zoos? Have you gone to this antique shop? Have you gone to this gallery? Did you go to the theater? Did you, it's like, come on now. Do you realize your Sim's surname can sound racist for snowflakes? Well, that you might want to change. That you might want to change. So, and we also got a gaming store too. Can't forget that. I love the game shop. If you like board games and D&D stuff and comic books, yeah. If you want a game store that's more of the trading cards and that kind of thing, we have 2 of those within 20 minutes of this house. Yeah, within 20 minutes, you can do pretty much anything that you want when it comes to that kind of stuff. There's even 2 1920s theaters where you can see, performances and things.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, one's right here. It's called the Capitol Theater. And then 25 minutes away is the Stanley. And they're just beautiful. Little brown skin colored. I gave her the surname that translates to coffee because when I was making her, I was craving coffee. Well, if it's in your language, most of us won't know it. So.
Right. I was thinking that.
So you'll be okay because I don't know anyone that speaks your language except you, Lasna. I need more people from your neck of the woods.
I love the fact that Losna goes because I was craving coffee.
No, the only thing I crave is this.
Aw, spending time with me? I crave that too. Thanks, Dusty.
I love spending time with you, Gloomy. Which is why you're on 2 streams now, and you're modding in all of them. And, 3 streams if you count Goose Goose Duck.
Yeah.
I gotta check and see if you're needed on Saturday. Remind me, I gotta ask Kitty if she's still doing mandatory overtime.
Okay.
Because she'll know today or tomorrow if she is. So.
I will shoot you a message now so that way you can see it later and check.
That's awesome. Thank you. We actually had to talk about that. Some people are like, yeah, I use my husband to do memos. I'm like, I cheat. I use my mod. Whatever mods they're smart enough when I go, I need to remember something. I don't even have to ask. They just shoot me a message. And I'll look at it after stream going, oh, that's what I need to remember to do. Thanks. I am so spoiled. I love you guys for it. Because we know I do not have memory because of the concussions. Especially that big concussion where it did the brain damage. I do pretty well for a brain damaged person.
A wild dragon has appeared.
Wow, almost 2 years? Are we going to do a Dragon Dusty celebration when it's 2 years? I'm terrible. When will that be anyway? This is April. So that's May, June, July, August. So she found me in August. 2 years ago. Wow, Dragon. Thank you for being my friend. Thank Gloomy for being... I thank all of you guys for being my friends and hanging out and supporting. Without you guys, I wouldn't have my car, for God's sakes. And this month, the birthday stream is going to help us pay rent because I just took the rent money and gave half of it to a photographer. Ah! And if you guys are in my Discord, you know why. That's not something I'm going to discuss on stream. Oh no, time to run before Dragon uses me as an alibi. This isn't Goose Goose Duck. That is coming up on the 25th, Losna. 2 days before my birthday stream. Which we still need to figure out how to do giveaways, because I don't know how to do a giveaway, because there's no... the Toastbot doesn't know how to do that. Moobot does, which works for Twitch, but I need to be able to do a giveaway on both sides at the same time. So if you can think of a way that's possible, let me know, as I haven't figured that out.
So what we could do is we could, do like the enter, like just have people type in like enter, and we can take everybody's name and just put it on like a random wheel like generator and pick them that way.
Gotta figure out how to get a real generator. Okay, send me a note. I used to have one. I gotta look and see if Stream Elements still has it, because that's not a bad idea. It's time consuming, so we'll have to take all the names. The mods will have to take the names, and then we'll have to put it on the wheel, but we can do it that way. That way everyone's on there. That's a good idea. Because I want to give away... Because we're going to give away Dungeons & Dragons Mimic Pin and 2 Corlith prints. So that's the plan anyway. I don't know who's going to want a goose print, but we're going to give them away.
I mean, the people that, would love to have a goose.
I don't know. I made
They
that.
also
Well,
don't want to
I
spend the
was
200 to buy the goose.
Well, that's the thing. I told when I did the painting, I did it because I asked people, would you guys be interested in buying the prints? And I've got the prints sitting here for $10 each, and they come in a card, and I send it to any place in the world. You just pay shipping if it's more than like $1, and not one person bought them. They just sit here, so I'm gonna give some away because I feel bad because I'm like, did I do a bad job with the goose? People said they would, and then they didn't. So, we're gonna give some away. We're clearancing out the goose. Don't tell them that. That's bad. You're an angel.
Not
Just
really.
all the okay, Dragon. We had a poll about that, and it came back even. But if since you voted in it, that meant actually you came back evil. Remember? We did. No matter how much you like to say you're an angel, I'm sorry, hun, but the poll said no. Were you there when that happened, Gloomy?
Yes, I was. I'm actually pretty sure that Dragon voted twice.
Well, then she definitely lost. Dragon, you can't vote in a poll when it's about you. So when we took your vote out, it was clear as day. You lost. Okay. I gotta pull that down. You didn't vote twice, but you voted once. And you shouldn't have voted. And since it was a tie, that means your vote got negated, which means you're not an angel. Hi, Hugh. How you doing? Oh, the song that's playing right now, the Corey song, is the Dustiria brand theme song.
Yeah.
Someday when I'm a big streamer and I have a booth, they'll say, and they'll announce I'm coming out, this will be the song that plays. Yes, I believe someday that may happen. I believe in me. It's amazing when I get a full night's sleep how I can believe. There we go. I think it's starting to look like him.
Yeah, it is. And you were worried.
Yeah. Well, it's just he's a Muppet, you know. How often do you paint a Muppet?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, on the plus side, since you're executing this one well, maybe we'll work on Bigfoot next.
Bigfoot. I saw Bigfoot once. That was actually quite shocking.
All right, now we gotta hear the story about this one.
It's your poll. I'll vote if I want to. Don't get that into my head. Oh my god, no. Yeah. At one point I was helping run Adventures in Midland, which was a LARP, and we were
Mhm.
at a Boy Scout camp, and we had taken one of the cabins to be a dungeon crawl. So we had spent quite a few hours taping black plastic around the bunk beds to make people so they have to go up, down, and around, and putting things in there that would squish if they stepped in it and stuff like that. We make it into a tunnel crawl with traps, everything. So to get through it, you have to do stuff. You know, if that makes sense. Um, so we had just gotten done with that, and we were laying down outside waiting for the PCs because there's a thing called disease where you send in the hook that they're supposed to follow and go on the adventure, but half the time the PCs get distracted by something else. So they were waiting. We were waiting. They weren't showing up. So we went outside and we laid down in the woods on this mossy like little hill, and we're just staring at the not the stars, at the sky, and we heard some breaking of branches. So I look over at Lance, my friend, and I'm like, "Did you hear that? I think there's a deer." So we're moving very carefully to look, and in the shadows we saw this tall figure that was taller than a person, and you could tell it was fluffy, and it just walked. It was walking carefully by us because it knew we were there, and as soon as I went, "Oh my god, look at that!" It booked and it ran away. So that's the only time I saw that. So take that one for a story. But yeah, we saw it. She ever saw my getting to be. You know what you're doing. You know it's my poll, and I'll vote if I want to. Vote if I want to. Yeah, you would vote too if it happened to you. Yeah, I know what you're doing. How's that?
Dragon is trying to say that she's an angel, but I'm seeing all of the evidence stacking against her.
Yeah, me too. And you guys learned I can't sing. Enjoy that. It's
I
here
don't
tonight.
think any of us can really sing.
Corey can.
Well, oh, okay, besides Corey, the one and only.
Corey can. Yeah, it's one talent I don't have. I can paint, I can act, I can write, I can make stories, I can fight, but I cannot sing. I can play instruments too, but I cannot sing.
Just a second, I have to go let a Bowser in.
Okay. I'm still here, guys. Oh, you didn't you didn't know if anyone would get the reference? Well, did you enjoy the song, Dragon? Was it good? Was it clip worthy? Probably not. I can't sing. You gotta remember, I was born in 1972. I was raised on music from the 50s and 60s and forward, so I have a very eclectic in my brain songs. Well, if it was gorgeous, you should clip it. We never get clips from this art stream, because all it is me meandering and talking as I paint. Okay, need some more fluff to this. Gotta give this wing a little bit better. Gotta get this wing a little bit better. It's a Sam the Eagle. There we go. How's that? That's better.
Yeah. The one thing that's like really throwing me off is his mouth.
Yeah.
But I know.
I'm thinking about going in there a little bit because it's throwing. Every time I look at it, it looks like he's got the fires of doom coming out of his mouth. So it's bothering me too. I'm thinking about going in there, but I got this light color and I want to play with his wing a bit more. I want to make him a little bit more fluffy.
Well, he's definitely looking a lot fluffier.
Because he actually is fluffy when you look at him. He's got so much feathers.
Mm-hmm.
And he had these wings that moved as he talked. Which is what I've got. I'm putting one up high, one down low, like the Wikipedia entry.
I didn't even see your reference, but now that you mention that, I'm gonna go and take a look at your reference photo.
You love doing that, don't you?
I do, actually. It helps me like compare and be like, oh yeah. Now I see your inspo.
All right, I'm so used to hanging out with Gen Zs at work that I've resigned myself to nobody understanding the older stuff, forgetting the fact that I have older friends too. You do? I'm going to be 54 on the 27th. Come to my 12-hour stream. It's funny. We know what we're doing for everything except one game. There's one slot that just says game. I don't know what it's going to be. We got to figure that out. I've asked people to play with us and almost nobody has time. So, but we'll figure it out. We got time. I just have to prepare for my birthday stream and an art stream and Goose Goose Duck on the same weekend. It's fine. I've got this. Did you find the reference?
Yes, it didn't take me long to find the reference at all.
Am I getting close to it?
Yeah, I would say you're getting really close to it.
Some in here. A little bit more over here. Wait, where can I put a screenshot of the character from The Sims? Other games. Go to other games and put it there. The people put screenshots of their characters of all kinds of games in there. You know, I wonder. I know I'm going to get paint on it, but let's try something. Let's try something. Okay, there he is. Oh, why didn't I think of this sooner? Okay, note to self. Need to buy a mouse pad with cushion or paint side. So I have one on each side. That way I don't have one that's always covered with paint. I gotta put that on the wish list. Because I don't know why I never thought about this, but I can paint longer now. I didn't think about putting the mouse pad on this side with the cushion. Because I've got that wrist cushion, you know?
Right.
I'm so stupid. I need another one for the paint side. Whoops. Went a little too far on that one. Oops. Actually, no, that works. Now it's on this side. Haha. That was on purpose. Yep. That was not an accident. Yeah, it's because
Just a second.
I can't believe I never thought about this, but this is helping so much with the pain my wrist gets. So now I won't be paying for my wrist. Haha. Accidentally on purpose. There is no accidents when you're painting. I really believe in the happy little accidents that Bob Ross used to do. Because anytime you screw up and you're painting, you can always repaint. You can always fix it. Even if it goes a direction you weren't planning. Half the time it goes in a better direction. Firmly believe in that. You know, I don't mind that he's got the green tones to him from the yellow underneath because it makes it different, so I'm not totally stealing somebody's idea. Because I like to paint the character slightly different so it matches. As we paint, go silent. Dusty gets quiet. What is she thinking? She's thinking about how she only had a banana. And is that enough food for the day? It is not. Now she's thinking, what on earth is she going to do for lunch? Welcome to Dusty's head. Gloomy's just sitting there silently going, okay, Dusty's gone insane. Or did Gloomy walk away again? I think Gloomy walked away again. It's okay. I've got this. So what are you doing before work today, Dragon? Just watching me and hanging out? I know you gotta go to work soon. Okay, too many people came. Gotta go. Look professional. See you later. Alright, bye, Lasna. Lasna's a good egg. In a different country. Takes the time to visit anyway. Need to find more people from other countries. I love having them in the Discord because they share different things like their castles or architecture around or just how their culture is different. It's just fun. Supervision class today. Ooh, that sounds, I hate to say it, that sounds boring. I'm sorry. I know you need it because of what your new position, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be fun.
Dragon's gonna make it fun.
Well, I used to actually be a trainer. I loved training people at Chase. It was so fun because I would take a look at how you learn and teach you in that way. Because I literally would, the first thing I would do is I do a little test to see, are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? Are you an ambivert? Do you learn from watching others or do you learn better from reading? And then I would work with you. And I had a high turnout of people that not only got to work with the phones or with the customers or with reconciliations or what it, because I taught all the departments by the end. Whatever it was, they would be on doing their job sooner than most people and they stayed. They didn't quit. I loved doing that. It was always a challenge to make it fun and to teach you the way you can learn. That was the biggest thing. If that makes sense. I enjoyed the hell out of that, making manuals and stuff so you could understand what your job was, how to do it correctly, easily, you know, so it wasn't a chore. I had that was some of the fun stuff Dusty used to do. I worked for JP Morgan Chase for 10 years. Well, it became Fiserv. They sold us to an exterior country, or not country, job source. And then they sent, I did too well because the manuals were too easy to understand and they realized they could outsource us to the Philippines. So I had to teach the people in the Philippines how to do our jobs and then all the jobs went away. So, but that was a different time. But I enjoyed those 10 years. Okay, his mouth is a little too... Okay, so that's part of the problem. His mouth is wrong. But I can fix. I can fix. His mouth is wrong. Okay. Glad you mentioned the mouth, Gloomy, because the mouth is wrong.
Was that what was throwing us off?
Yep. That's why I'm glad you became a voice in my head, because you can look at that stuff when I go, okay, there's a problem, and you can point out what it is that I'm not seeing. But you're right, the mouth is very wrong. I will fix it. I have the paint. I have the power. This hope one's class where you don't have to interact much. However, I expect that will be the case. It would be an online course inside of a person. When it comes to supervisor training, they better have you interacting. They better have you doing scenarios of, okay, your employee is doing this. How do you handle it? I'm going to get some water. My voice is
Yeah, I was gonna say, take a drink.
It's like when I was working with people to be expediters and supervisors, the best way to teach that to basically sit down and go, I am angry employee number 5. I'm refusing to do this because of this. How do you handle me? You know, scenarios, play acting. It's the best way to train supervisors, in my opinion. But I don't know what you'll encounter because I've never been to a military supervising training. But if I was doing it, you would be doing play acting. Because to be a good supervisor, it's all about tone and paying attention and heading things off before they get worse. Because most employees that act out and aren't doing stuff are doing it for a reason. You just find the reason and fix it.
They don't want to fix it.
Well, there are some that don't, and that's when they usually end up getting let go. But if it's a valid reason why they're doing what they're doing, you help them get back on the right track.
How dare Yellow Team? How dare?
What happened on Yellow Team? Join Discord?
No, I was trying to like send something.
Oh.
And it signed me out instead.
That probably means it's an update's hitting.
Yeah. So I was like, how dare?
What I love is they do updates, but it doesn't affect the stream.
Well, that's good.
Because a lot of places, they'll say we're doing an update. Be prepared to something to happen. Blah blah blah. When Valora does an update, they tell you keep streaming. Don't stop streaming. And it's wonderful because you're not affected. I'll be signed out after I'm done if there's an update, but my stream will never be affected. Streamers first.
I like that.
Something, how vague. That means she was going to do something bad, Dragon, and she doesn't want to say what it was. I know Gloomy speak. I know Gloomy speak. She was trying to do something, and she decided, but she couldn't. And now she's got to sign in, and she's got to remember her password. So I might be safe from whatever that something is for a while.
No,
if Gloomy's like me, I don't remember passwords. That's what you heard too. Yeah, you couldn't miss that something, the ominous something.
Although it's not registering that I have volts.
That's a problem. That's a ticket waiting to happen. Try refreshing your whole browser.
Yeah. There we go. I had to refresh it 3 times for it to register.
Yeah, so they're probably updating something in the background, and you're just getting caught in it. I'm sorry.
How dare.
But that means Corey's probably awake. That means Corey's probably awake. I'm gonna be vending at a zoo. Oh, the other thing that impressed me with the zoo is they said that to let them know immediately if I'm going to be part of it, and if I am, they'll tell me how to send the $50 in. It is $50 for the one day, and then I will be put in the flyer for the event.
Ooh,
isn't that cool? I've never been put in a flyer for the event as an artist. Only if I'm an entertainer. But yeah, they said they would put me as in there as like an ad in the flyer so people know that I'm there. So I'm excited about that. After I'm done here, I got to remember to check my email so they seem to be very responsive and see what, how to send the $50. Yeah, I'm never paying rent this month at this rate. But and then figure out so I can be in the flyer too, which is awesome. Let me fix the bottom. Okay, I think the mouth is better now.
Yeah, it's looking better now.
Because the mouth, it was a slightly off shape. I think this fixes it. Now I just gotta make it so that the beak stands out more from the bottom jaw. All
Wouldn't outline help?
I don't like the outline because that's not realistic looking.
Mm, gotcha.
So everything I do is all about the shading. So I just have to do some shading. So that's why you'll see me dip into... Oh, great. I moved everything over and forgot to put this back. You'll see me dip into the different colors. Instead of blending here, when it comes to something like this delicate, I will do it
Mhm.
as I go to give the definition I'm looking for. So, which, this is the part where Dusty Lynn, when she stops in, starts screaming at me. You cannot blend on the canvas! Because she's tried, and she's like, you can't get the same color twice. It's like, you can. Yeah, it frustrates her because I do stuff that she was taught in art school never to do. But I never had an art class, so don't tell me I can't do it. I can do what I want. So we're just going to bring it in and give it a little bit of color. Make it make sense on the sides. That way it's not an outline. It's just part of his mouth. Like so. See? Now the beak pops. You do illegal paint things? I'm told I do. I have a friend here in Rome that she went to school to be an artist. Her paintings sell for $300, $600. She is a true artist, in my opinion. And she will look at what I do, and she'll stare at it and go, "What kind of brush was that?" And I'll go, "Oh, you mean this one? This is for doing beards. She's like, "That's not a brush, Dusty." Why not?
It looks like a brush. It acts like a brush.
I mean, like, one of my favorites to do galaxies with is this guy. You know what this is for?
Your makeup brush?
This cleans your car vents. You know? Because I've never been taught. Everything I look at as, can I use this in some way? And the answer half the time is yes. And I use it. And then they'll come over during art shows to see what I've done recently, and they'll look at what I've done, and they'll look at it going, "How did you get that?" And I'll tell them, "Oh, that one there was, I did this." And they'll look at it going, never, I was told, never take a class, never talk to an art teacher, because they'll ruin what you do, and you probably will lose your ability to do art. Because I will be yelled at to high heaven for how I do my techniques. Because I just experiment, and if it works, it works, you know? Beard brush, carvet brush. Yeah. It gets worse. I have a whole set of blush brushes, because these work really great too for some of the effects I do. So, yeah. I use that too. It's whatever, when I look around, and I can't afford a lot of good brushes, because the really good brushes can be up to $20. So I do a lot with what I can find around the house. It's weird, but it works,
That's all that matters.
So that's why my friend Peachy's like, don't take an art class. Just don't. Because every painting I do, I find a different technique or find something a little bit better that works for me, and I just go with that. And that's just how I do it. I just keep experimenting. Everything's an experiment. What you guys see me do, I look and I try each time, going, okay, that works this time, so next time I'll do this. Yeah, it does. Scarcity always has. A lot of the crafts and stuff that I make is because it's cheap. Because I'll look at it and go, Rob finds it amazing. There'll be something we need, and I'll go into the Dollar Tree with him, and I'll go, if we take this, this, and this, and we use this, this, and this, it can become this. And he's like, how do you look at something and see what it can be? Because when he looks at something, he can only see what it is. And he's blown away by my brain doesn't look at things that way. I look at it as, that's really nice, but if we did use this and this with it, it could be this. And that's how what worked with our garden. Our garden, you know, the way we hold up the plants and stuff is not the usual way. But I realized if we put the raised bed over by the garden fence, that's a cast iron fence, that can become the vine place, you know? Little stuff. It's one of the easier ones, but that's why it worked really well with LARPing. Because anytime we're like, okay, this character needs to look like this, send me to a thrift store, give me a needle and thread. Or we need a magic item that looks like this. Okay, back to the thrift store. This is going to be the base. Use some polymorph clay. Here's some age, you know, let's make this look like this. You know, it's just, I like doing that. I like being given a challenge and just doing it with the materials I can find. It's fun. And that's how I do with painting too. I'm trying these new brushes I found that are shaped like this with the fat because they're made to hold it better, and we're trying to see if that means I can paint longer. And it appears so, because it seems to be working really well right now. So they were worth getting. I hemmed and hawed. I'm like, honey, we can't really afford it. He's like, yeah, but the pain levels, if we can get your pain levels better so you can paint longer, because I like to paint more than once a week if I can. And this lets me. I need a little bit more darker in here. We want that to stand out. We want over here to stand out. Okay, and we want Kevin not to be on the back of the chair. Look at this. Kevin, what are you doing? What are
Kevin
you
said
doing?
he's a star.
Yeah, did you see him show up on the top of my chair?
Yeah? He
Kevin's
said,
like,
I'm the star of the show.
I'm gonna visit. I'm gonna jump up and say hi, and then leave again. That's all he did. I know, there's no cat cam right now. I'm sorry. I have to use the cat cam for painting. But I promise I'll spend time with you as soon as I'm done, because I'll have my hand in a heat pad and you like laying on that. Well, I think about dinner. Not dinner. Lunch. I'm gonna eat lunch. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna eat lunch. This 3 meals a day thing seems to be working. I can't believe how much weight I've lost by eating 3 meals a day. You meant to say cat perch, right? They're told they're not allowed to do that. That's why I was surprised he did that. Because that is not approved behavior.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Lunch.
Well, I went to Farella's Bakery, which is a local bakery here, because we went for a walk, and the walking trail comes out right by it. And we usually go in there just to see, because to get my favorite kind of bread, which is pumpernickel, or some people call it dark rye, you have to special order it. So we go in there just to see if someone did that anyway, and no one did, but someone did order a marble rye, which has the dark rye in it, that they didn't pick up, so we were able to snatch that. So I have waiting for me marble rye, which is one of my favorite things, and I'm going to put some avocado on that and maybe a tomato and call that lunch. I'm looking so forward to it. I haven't had this kind of bread in a long time. Back of your chair is your old Cacto's favorite spot to be. Yeah, I don't like that because I want my chair not to be ripped to hell. So, so I don't allow that. That is a no-no. But yeah, it's expensive to go there to get a loaf of bread, but Frella's Bakery's got really good bread. I'm told they got really good donuts and turnovers, but we're not supposed to eat those, so I don't know.
You can indulge once in a while.
I am. I've got the marble rye. That's a lot of carb, but it's good for you carb. I do indulge once in a while. For Easter, I had a Cadbury egg. That's my favorite, my favorite candy when it comes to Easter time. Love those things.
I don't like any of the Easter candies.
I love Cadbury eggs and I love Peeps. Those are 2 of my favorite things. And I had Peeps on stream because that was a new flavor we tried. Aw, Kevin, you're okay. I know you want to be on my lap, honey, but we're painting, not the time. We're painting. And we are getting closer and closer to a finished product today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, and we have about 10 minutes left.
I don't know if I can finish it in 10 minutes because I'm not sure there's enough definition on his mouth yet, but I'm working on it. I still haven't done his eyes. We probably could finish if I had another, half hour after the 15 minutes, but I don't know how busy you are. 'Cause it would be cool to finish it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be, and I have nothing going on.
So I might go over a little bit to get this finished because it is working. It is working. I'm trying to... Here's his chin. I think his chin stands out. But his lip here needs a little help. We're gonna fix that. I love that I listen to Corey's music on my streams. It feels like Corey's, with me.
I was gonna use his voice more often, but Valora said, nope, you can't go ahead and give her money.
Did you open a ticket? Because that's
I'm gonna wait and see if they're just doing like an update. If it's not fixed by 6 p.m. tonight, then I'm gonna go ahead and open up a ticket.
yeah, because that's bad. I don't lick my toes. Oh my god, Kevin.
I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either. He's trying to get my attention. He's asking over and over, "Can I get on your lap?" But it's not a good time for that. I'm working. I'm getting something that I can sell because I need stuff to sell. I've got a show coming up and not a single painting other than an eagle.
And now another eagle to add to the list.
I do have the eagle, and now I'm going to have Sam the eagle, which people are going to look at and go, "What?" And then I should share with you the list that I've got with TJ of stuff that I'm thinking about painting. So we can figure out which one to do next. Yeah, it needs to be filled
Is the
out.
big Pokemon song?
No, but it's at the gallery, so I can't remove it. Yeah, no, the one with the 2 lovebirds on it is not sold, but it is at the gallery, and she says now that the winter's gone, things will pick up, so she asked me not to take the stuff if I can, because she thinks she can sell it. So I'm going to leave it there, which means I don't have, product. But that's okay, because I got my crazy idea. Did I tell you my crazy idea with the 2-inch canvases?
I think you did.
Because I got these canvases. Here's one of them. Look how big they are. I've got 9 of them. I'm going to put... Each one of them is going to have a chibi-fied version of an evolution. And then they fit perfectly around one. They make a nice big square. And the center one will be Eevee. And I'm hoping to make each background blend into the next. So it's like one painting. Or 9 separate little ones. Or 9 separate ones. But the question I've got is if I manage to pull it off, because I may not work on that yet, because that's a lot to do and I really need, paintings to sell quick. Do I sell it as one painting because it goes together or not? That's the question.
I mean,
do I sell them individually? Because I want to make it so they all work together. But maybe I shouldn't do that. Just make it individual. I don't know what sell better.
I would do it as it could be all one, but also like have it separate for just in case like somebody doesn't want all of them.
Because I know someone's going to want to buy just the Eevee and then that painting won't be work. So if I pull this off, I'd rather have it all go to one person. Yeah, Dragon, you want to have 9 tiny paintings of evolutions all go together? I'm going to work on that, but probably not for the 25th show because that will take all my time to get that done. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Make one of each a group one and another set of individuals. I can't paint the same thing twice. I'm bad at that. Um, and I also don't have enough canvases for that. I got enough to do one set. Just one set. So that's all I got. Okay, I think that's too much on that side. So we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna bring this up a little bit. But yeah, that's the idea I have. But I really would love to have it go to someone that loves all the evolutions. But I don't know if people would buy that. And I also don't know how to charge for these little things. Because I don't think because together they make this basically a big enough, like, like an 8 by 10. So I figure I'd sell like an 8 by 10, 100 for all of them. But I don't know if that's too expensive. Because there's going to be a lot of work in each one to make them go together. I don't know. That's my dream project. I'm putting on hold right now because I've got to get product for the zoo, which means I probably should paint animals that are at that zoo. Come to think of it, I got to take a look at the list and see if any of the animals on there are in the zoo, because people are more likely to buy something they've seen that day. Oh god, I hate talking about bills, but I have not paid that car fix yet, and now I've got the photographer. I just keep charging stuff, and I don't want to do that. That is bad. But I had to. And you guys know why. If you're in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, I'm going to leave it
I know.
vague. We'll leave it vague, and you can go into the Discord and learn. You know, go a little bit over on the sides, I think. Kevin? Oh my god, Kevin. He sprawled across the top of my treadmill.
I'm not surprised by that. Kevin said, I'm gonna work out, but I'm not gonna work out traditional ways.
Well, I cover it with a blanket so they don't scratch it, and it makes kind of like a hammock at the top, and he's the only cat that can get up there. I don't know if I can show you from here. Here, let me take my camera. Can I show it? Yeah, see the purple thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's my treadmill. That's Kevin right there. That's his little arm and head, and the rest of him's inside the hammock part. Oh, and you can see my spring tree, too. That's my spring tree. I haven't taken it down yet.
Yeah, it can stay.
No, because I want to be able to open. Once the weather gets warm enough to open the windows, we take it down. That way each cat gets a separate window, because if we have one window open, they fight. There's two windows. So I think I haven't looked at the forecast, but it feels like it's going to be warmer. I don't know if it has. Once we hit 65, I can open the windows again. That's the temperature inside the house. And once we hit that spring tree's got to be down so the cats can cat. So, but I haven't looked. I could be wrong. It might not be this week, but I'm hoping it's this week where it finally gets warm enough.
I know this week for me, I'm in the high 70s.
Oh wow.
80s.
I know. Go into your weather app thingy and put in Rome, New York, and tell me, is it going to be warm enough to open the windows?
Yep, I'm actually on it right now.
Thank you. I'm hoping you're going to say yes, because I miss having fresh air. By the end of winter, everything feels so stale. We already did our deep clean because we got tired of not having the deep clean, so we did that already.
So this week you're looking pretty good.
So when do I have to have the tree down by? When's the window opening?
So
I'm looking for 65 or higher.
So tomorrow it's gonna be 74.
Are you kidding? 74?
73 Wednesday.
Yes,
Thursday 77. Friday 66.
So what you're telling me is tonight I need to take the tree down so the cats can have the windows tomorrow. But of course the tree's still up, Dragon. I've explained this. My Christmas tree goes up the day after Thanksgiving, and it's Christmas. And then when Christmas ends, it becomes the Valentine's Day tree. And we take Christmas off, we make it Valentine's, and then when Valentine's is over, we make it St. Patrick's Day. And when St. Patrick's Day is over, We put eggs and spring flowers all over it and it becomes a spring tree. And it stays up until winter is done because it gives me joy. It's one of my favorite glimmers. So,
Monday, the 20th, it's going to be 44 for you.
yeah, see, that's why I'm not sure if I should bring the tree down because we're going to be warm for 3 days and then it goes right back down again. And then I'm trapped inside the house because it's too cold to walk and the cats can't have the windows. So should I open the windows or not?
Yeah, and then Tuesday it's gonna be 54, and then Wednesday 61, and then Thursday back up to 65.
Okay, so I think it's time. All right, so I will take the tree down probably today then. So the tree will go down and the window will be open tomorrow. And the cats will be happy.
Yeah, your high today is 67.
Oh my god, I should have taken it down today. Okay, so after stream's done and I eat lunch and I've talked to the zoo, I guess I'm taking the tree down. Because that's warm enough to open the windows. Because yesterday was cold. I was in my winter coat yesterday. Well, at 9 o'clock when we went to meet the guy. It was cold. That the same size? No, it's not the same size.
You don't know.
I don't know what.
I was asking Drama where she was going because she started climbing up on my shoulder like a little parrot that she is. And then I was like, "So where are you going?" And then she just hopped off and went behind my monitor. And I was like, "Okay, so you don't even know."
Yeah, they used to go behind my monitor and plug everything. So I have a plushie pile of plush that you guys send me behind my monitor, so they can't get back there now. So, but yes, that because otherwise they were unplugging. I had streams disappear because they unplugged everything while I was streaming. So they can't get back there now. Trying to make his eyebrows be a bit better. Lemon, 22 months at tier 3. Thank you. You're like one of the very few tier 3 I have, and I appreciate you. Look at that. Okay. Don't look at that, Dusty. You're trying to make eyebrows. Because this guy has massive eyebrows. But that's how he does the news and looks, you know, it helps him look with disdain down to people he's talking to.
I mean, that's his personality.
It is. Speaking of places cats aren't allowed to be, not allowed on the computer desk. Yeah, they're not supposed to, but...
Oh, I missed the be right. Oh well, never mind. Yellow team said not today.
Oh, we're in ads?
Yes.
Well, I guess we're running over because I'm not done. Because when I'm this close to done, it feels wrong to stop, you know, and just do 5 minutes the next paint stream. Because this is, I don't know. I think it's looking close to done. But I'm working at eyebrows because, you know, he's got to have those massive eyebrows. Yes. They're important. And paint clumped on the end. No! Stop that. Okay, those are some massive eyebrows, which is what he needs. He's got definition. You can see his beak. You can see the sides. He needs more definition on his rough. It's not popping. Okay, no water. Stop that. So we're gonna come in here and make this pop just a tad more. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's the best way. It just doesn't. How you doing, Lemon Kate? How was work? Go. Kevin, you bet. Okay, he is getting down. I was like, the food just went off, and if Cinder gets there first, Kevin doesn't get as much food. So he just went there. Work's just getting started. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it goes well and it's not boring and you have a good time with it.
I always hope for a boring day.
And then Lemon and I will have fun tomorrow. Lemon is on Toast Crew. Sorry, Dusty Squared, which is technically a Toast Crew because it's all Toast Crew members. All you guys are Toast Crew. And I think everybody except 2 people are signed up on the official Toast Crew on Valor, which is kind of cool. I love that I have an official Toast Crew now. I've never had a stream team that was official before. It tickles me pink. There's a saying. Where did tickles me pink come from?
That's a great question.
Why pink? Why not purple?
So it originated in the earliest 20th century, roughly 1900s, 1910s, to mean feeling extremely delight or pleasure, often resulting in flushed or rosy pink-cheeked complexion.
Oh, because of the pink cheeks. Okay. That makes sense. I'll tickle me pink and stay pink. It has a valid reason. Well, we all know purple's better. Come on now.
Purple is better,
Purple's
but
better. But
I mean, if you're flipping purple, it might be a problem.
a little bit more blue in there too. I'm having fun making him a little bit more fluffy around the neck. Just a little bit more fluffy. I'm worried he doesn't have enough definition there, but maybe he does. Oh, we got a book. Grib mentioned one day that he might actually be willing to have a second cat. He's always insisted on one before. So when I was looking online at what's at the shelter, there's one cat previously adopted that came back to the shelter because the recent flooding forced the owners to give him back up. Adoption fee is 100% already paid for, but the coloring of this orange cat looks like it would be a twin to mine. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Just remember though, when they're adult cats, it's harder to introduce to another adult cat. So, you know, I'm hoping you know the proper procedure because you don't put them together right away by any means. But yeah, if it looks like something that a cat that would work for you, go meet it and, you know, see how it is. Because I firmly believe in 2 cats at all times. We all know that I've got the 5-year plan. Every 5 years I get a cat. Because the cats, if you get a kitten, the 5-year-old cat will train the kitten. So you have less training that you have to do. So that's why we do the every 5 years. And we always get a kitten that's a feral cat or somebody that abandoned or something like that. Like, well, Kevin's a feral kitten. Cinder was about to be abandoned. But, and that's what works for us. We found that older cats tend to like to train them at 5 years seems to be the sweet spot. I talked to the vet and she agreed with me on that one. Because they're just starting to slow down, but they're not so old that they're cranky. So that's why we do every 5 years we get a cat. So we need to move before Kevin turns 5 for the next one. But yeah, Cinder did so much training. I didn't have to train to do litter boxes or anything. Because if you're doing adult, you have to, it takes time to get to know each other, and sometimes they'll never like each other. They'll fight all the rest of their lives. You have to be prepared for that. If you have a cat that isn't too old, like, you know, a 5-year-old cat, I don't know how old Elle is, 5 to 8, you can introduce a kitten and they'll help. In a lot of instances, it's very rare they won't, because the kitten is, you know, helpless. And I'm so thankful for that, because Cinder I didn't have to litter box training stuff with Cinder was interesting. I didn't have to worry about that with Kevin. He gets along with other cats, but does Al. Al has been a single cat for how long? It's Al I'm worried about, not the cat you're adopting. Because a lot of cats you're adopting, if it says gets along with other cats, they are so helpful, so thankful to be out of the shelter and to have a home. They adjust really well. But Al, on the other hand, has never been around another cat. Al might hate every bit of it. So Al's the one you have to worry about. Some shelters will allow you to bring, the cat, let you bring the cat home and adjust for a period. Some don't. But if you go adult to adult, you have to give it at least 3 months before you can say it doesn't work. Because it takes about 3 months for them to settle in. So it's wonderful to do adult to adult. Raven does it all the time. But you gotta give it the time to adjustment because odds are Al's gonna be very upset. I mean, how old is Al? There's a good question. How old is Al? See, I like the shading here. I'm just not sure if there's... Do the wings pop enough? He's probably about 4. So, yeah. He's not too old to adjust. So, try with an adult cat if you want to go adult cat. But he's also the perfect age to introduce a kitten. So, that's a good age. Try it. But to be prepared, he's never been around another cat. He may think this is the bane of his existence. And it'll take 3 months of fighting to settle down. Or he's young enough, he might go, hey, it's cool to have another cat around. You won't know till you try it. There's a lot of success stories because he's young enough. He's not too old. And just make sure that at first you give more attention to Al. Or have Al have his own human while the other one's getting attention. Whatever you do, don't give more attention to the new cat. That will cause infighting so fast. And if you do either one, ask me for advice because I used to train animals. So, I'm here for you. And I'm free of charge. Well, it's true.
Yeah, I know.
That was when I was 12 years old and became the youngest certified dog obedience trainer. I loved it. I loved teaching classes. It was so fun. That's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. As Mom put it, you're never going to make enough money. You'll starve to death working with animals. So I didn't. And I regret that because I really do love it. I mean, look at my 2 guys.
I mean, my dog trainer is making money off of me, even to this day.
Enough to live on?
I mean, Buddy's training was over 2,000,
Yeah.
and now I'm going away in September to a wedding in South Carolina, so she's making another 300 off of me for that weekend that I'm going.
Yeah. So that's good but yeah, you have to have enough people to make a living at it though. And I don't know, around here, everyone's too poor. They couldn't afford any of that. So he's young, so Cleo didn't adopt. So basically, I would go to the shelter. I would meet the cat you're thinking about and see if the cat warms up to you. Is one of the best things to do is you sit in the room with the cat alone. And will he be curious enough to come and sniff you? Or will he stay in the corner scared? You know, if he comes and sniffs you and he gets in your lap and stuff, you know that's going to be a cat that you're going to want to bring home to Al. If he's shy and scared, it's not going to be a good cat for you because, you know, you've got the second cat there. And how are you going to be able to put in the work you need to get that cat to be comfortable with Al being jealous the whole time? You look at how much training will this cat need to, you know, adjust. So first thing you do is you sit there and see, is it curious enough to sniff you? Is it curious enough to sit in your lap? Because if it's not, the amount of work you need to do with that cat and still have your cat feel okay about the whole situation, that's really difficult, especially when you're working and stuff. But if it gets in your lap, that's a good cat to bring home. Because then you know you don't have to worry about it getting used to you. It already likes you. You know, or at least sniffs you and is curious. So, and that's where you go from there. If you go to the shelter and you find that cat is not for you, take a look at kittens. Because, yeah, you'll probably have to pay for it because it's not going to be 100% adoption fee, but you do have the perfect age cat to bring it home to. 5 is my favorite sweet spot, but 4 will work as well. I do 5 because that gives me time in between to afford things. But yeah, go see if it sits on your lap. See if it likes you. I'm hoping it does because he sounds like a good fit. But if he doesn't, do that with other cats. You want one curious that's okay with approaching you. It's not going to approach you within minutes. Sit with it. Be in the room for, 30 minutes, and just sit there and see what it does if they allow you. Watch his behaviors, ears back, ears forward, Is it curious or is it scared? Because a lot of them won't come up to you right away. There are a few will, like Kevin did. But Kevin wanted out of the situation he was in. He was in a cat colony. It was in someone's porch with 20 other cats. Thankfully, she's adopted out enough that she's not ridiculous like that anymore. But yeah, no. If you have any more questions, Dragon, you know where my DMs are.
Drama with a
I think you get my
feral
phone number
cat.
too. Feral cats are wonderful if you got the time to work with them. If they're kittens, it's not as bad, but adult ones can be wonderful too, but that's years of work to get them to, trust you and, be okay.
Yeah,
It all comes down to time.
it was about a year at the time.
Okay.
Now she's 8. And then I brought her home to meet Trouble.
Okay.
And I had her in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
had Trouble outside the bathroom.
That's what you do first.
Uh,
Yep.
And
They can sniff each other under the door. Yep.
yeah, she was swatting at him. She was like, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want nothing to do with you. He also backed her into a corner. And was like, you will be my friend and you will like it.
Yeah, because that's the dominance thing. Because the first thing you do when they come home is you separate them in different rooms. You let them sniff each other, get used to each other. You do that for a week or two, and then you try introduction by letting the new cat explore a little bit, and the other cat will follow at a distance, and you wait for that. It's a process, and I encourage anyone to do it if you have the time. But if you don't have the time, do not adopt an adult cat. Just don't. But if you got the time and you can put into it, go for it, because the adult cats never get adopted. But,
Yeah.
But
I almost adopted a cat before getting Bowser.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, her name was Morticia, and she was an all-black, long-haired cat.
Ooh,
she
beautiful.
was so pretty. But she does not get along with other animals or cats, and it was like
I'm
big
very
sad.
proud of you for letting her stay there then. 'Cause so many people would do it anyway, going, well, maybe it'll be fine. I am so glad that you listened to that that paper they usually have on them that tells them these things.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, but you're so pretty.
Never adopt because they're pretty. Adopt because you know you can handle the situation that you're bringing the animal into.
And I did. No, I respected her boundaries.
I'm very proud of you. I know so many people that don't do that, and then they're wondering why their dog or their cat is upset all the time. It's like, did you pay attention at the shelter to their behavior? Did you ask them at the shelter, are they okay with other animals? Are they okay with kids? Or did you go, it's cute? I saw it online. I was on Pet Finder. It was adorable. I adopted it. Did you look into anything more than it was cute? No. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to strangle you. Responsible pet owners, guys.
That was me with Betty, though. I'm gonna be real honest.
But
I mean, I asked questions.
I was gonna say I'm certain you asked questions. I'm certain you met him to make sure he was okay, a good fit. You didn't just bring home an animal you never saw before just because it was cute.
No, so I went to the shelter and because I made an appointment to see all the pitties that they had,
Mhm.
and he was already outside, and I was outside with him for like 2 hours,
Yep,
and
that's what
they
you're
were
supposed
like,
to do. Good.
um, "We have other ones, like if you want to like if we can like swap them out." I was like, "Nope, I'm sold."
Yep. Because
And
that's
I
what
was
you
like,
should do.
"But
You spend time and you talk with them, the animal, with soft, soothing tones, and you just get them to, be curious and they play with them. If Buddy was fine from when you were outside with him and liked you from the start, then you know that's the dog for you. I'm proud of you. You did it right.
yeah," and then I asked like how he was with like cats and kids because I didn't have the girls with me at the time. That was a big boo boo.
Yeah, no, if you have kids, you bring the kids with you because you need to have everybody there to see how it reacts to that many people. Yeah, that was a big boo boo, but you asked. That's good.
Yeah, I asked prior. Well, the girls were at school, and I guess I shouldn't have gone without them, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to see what was on the market.
I know.
And then I made the choice, and then I picked him up while they were at school. But then they came home to a puppy, and they were like, "We didn't know that we were getting one." And I was like, it wasn't planned. It just kind of happened.
Going to that's one thing I can say. Never go to the shelter unless you plan on adopting because you're going to adopt. And I know so many people that have done that. I just want to see what's available, what's it's like, and then in a few months I'll adopt, and they bring home a puppy, adult cat, adult dog, guinea pig. I'm not gonna call out names, but I'm talking about some people in the server right now. do not go to
Everybody.
do not go to a adoption event or a shelter unless you are ready for an animal because you will bring one home. It is a given. We all week. There's a reason why I don't volunteer at the shelter. When I used to have money, I would drop off like dog food, cat food, and stuff, but I would not walk inside because I knew if I did, there'd be something coming home. You expected your first cat, Cleo, to be a typical cat, kind of standoffish, occasionally demand attention. She was not. She glued to my ankle from day one, wanted attention. She would cry if she couldn't see you. That's Kevin. Oh, that is Kevin. I uh, actually no, that's Cinder too. I love the cats that behave like dogs. And most cats will, if especially if they're young when you get them. If you treat them like a dog, they'll behave like a dog because you gotta show them that this attention feels good, that it's okay, and then they'll come for more. If that makes sense.
I'm not
Too
playing
many
games at the moment.
too many people come home and with like a cat and they just leave it alone. It's like that's not how you that and they're like, why is my cat aloof? It's like, did you play with it? Did you handle it? Are you spending time with it at least an hour a day doing something? You have to put the work in. You approve, he looks awesome. This is your idea, Corlith. Yeah, but you gotta remember, older cats at shelters are so desperate for people because they don't want to be in the cages anymore. When you bring them home, a lot of the times they'll become the most affectionate thing ever because you saved them. You gotta remember that can you imagine being in that cage? And depending on how long they are, yeah. We had a cat, Abriana, that had been in a shelter for 2 years. We brought her home and she glued herself to iron and never let go. Abrion was just such a sweetheart. She looked so sad, and we weren't going there. We were there for pictures with Santa, because I know it sounds cheap, but I used to take my kids to every PetSmart Christmas with pictures with Santa, because it was affordable, and they didn't care because all the money proceeds went to the shelters. So we were there for pictures with Santa, and Iron looked over. He was little, and looked up at the cage and went, "She's the saddest, fattest cat I've ever seen." And we found out that she was 8 years old, been in the shelter for 2 years of her life, and she was extremely fat. And so the lady took the Abrion out, handed it to Iron, and the cat immediately just started rumbling. So I'm like, okay, pictures with Santa and the cat. Let's go. So, and she was the most loving cat. We had her, unfortunately, only for another 2 years. No matter what we did to try to have her lose the weight, she never was able to, and eventually her heart just gave out. We tried everything, but she's just, I mean, she was just too fat when we got her. Her belly had touched the ground, and it took too long to get her to lose the weight. The heart damage had already been done. Oh, she wasn't in the shelter. You got her from the owner at the time. Another military member in Japan decided to test out having a cat because they were one of the upper floors of the apartment built. Dogs were in love. Oh, okay. Well, you got really lucky there. I'm very happy for you. Yeah, I think he... No, a little bit more. Sorry. Okay, Gloomy, carefully look at this. Where is it not shaded enough? Or is he done except the eyeballs?
Is it just me, or is his like top beak a little like bigger on one side compared to the other?
That's not you. I went too high on this side. Thank you. That's not you. You are totally right. This needs to come down. About this far. Is that balanced? She was interesting as she came with her exact birthday rather than estimation. That is neat. I actually know the exact birthday of both of my cats because the lady that had Cinder was getting ready to dump knew when he was born. And Kevin, when the lady found, our neighbor found the pregnant cat under the porch, the cat wouldn't come out, but she kept trying, and 2 days later there was kittens. But when the kittens were there, the cat brought the kittens to her, and she brought them all in the house. So we know Kevin's exact birthday. And I got to see Kevin when he was this big. Because the lady, I was out walking and talking to Rob, because, you know, Rob was not in this country yet. And Connie's like, hey, do you want a cat? I'm like, we're thinking about getting a cat after we get married, but we're not getting married yet. And she's like, well, come inside and look at them. And I saw all 7 little tiny kittens. And Rob's going, do not get a kitten. Do not get a kitten. I'm like, they're too little. I can't get a kitten. Besides, you said not yet. And then I flipped the phone around so he could see the kittens. He went, oh, when can we have a kitten? And Connie's like, well, they're only at this point a week old. She's like, probably not for another 6 to 8 weeks. And he's like, we're getting one in 6 to 8 weeks. It was like, he went from we're not doing this to we're getting one. It was so funny. But yes.
It was, you are not getting a kitten until I move in. We need to get settled first before we introduce idiot.
And then the whole time we weren't even supposed to get Kevin. We had a different kitten that he fell in love with over the phone. But Kevin had his own agenda. All right, is the beak equal-sided now? Or is it still messed up?
Could you like pick it up and like show like the different angles?
Okay. Why is Kevin in the background? Hi, Kevin. Okay.
Yeah, no, that side's still looking a little off.
Is it still on the wall?
I mean, unless it's just me.
I don't think it's just you. I think I need a little bit more highlight in here. Holding it up like this, can you guys see it still?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I think that this is what the problem is. I don't think I defined it enough with the light. Is that better?
Yeah, that's looking a lot better now.
'Cause I don't think there's much more I can do on that. And I think the wing pops. You can see his chest. You see, 'cause I'm trying to make it a thing that make him look 3-dimensional. And that's what I do. Does it look you can hug the thing? That's the question. Does he look huggable except he's angry?
I mean, maybe if his personality was better, I might consider hugging him.
Because if he doesn't look 3-dimensional enough to hug, we've got a problem. I'm just gonna put a little bit more white on these. Got too thick. Put that down. Why is my white misbehaving? Stop it. Oh, I see why. Where did this piece of plastic come from? Okay, I'm used to cat hair coming into the paint, but how does plastic come into... What
That's a new one.
That's a new one. I don't know where that came from. And I've been mixing on a clean palette. That's just... And I'm not eating anything with plastic. Yeah, I definitely gotta get a mouse pad with a cushy for the painting. This is making such a difference.
Black like you have, or?
It's paint. It's gonna get covered with paint. I don't care. Any color would work. Because, the canvas is going to sit on it, and paint's going to get all over the darn thing. So it can be pink with purple polka dots. I don't care. Because you're not going to see any design because the paintings will cover it. It's more about my comfort. Need a little bit of white here. A little bit of white here. A little bit of white here, and that should fix the beak the way we need it to be fixed. Yes, we'll fix the beak.
Yeah, the beak looks so much better now.
I'm just glad you pointed it out. I didn't see it, because sometimes when I'm painting, I stare at it so long, I don't see it anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
I was adding a little bit more white to make it pop a bit more. I want it to stand out. And then, if that's good, I got a boo-boo here I'm going to fix quick. There we go. Yeah, because if that's good, then we'll just add some dots to give him some whites in the eyes, and we'll be done. What do you think?
Yay! And we didn't go that much further over.
Oh, good.
Only a half hour.
Give him a dot there.
Which means you can still have lunch.
Well, you should eat lunch too. Do you think one single dot's enough? Because his eyes are flat. He doesn't have round eyes like most Muppets. I never noticed that until I started painting him.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. I think the one should be good. Now I'm looking at pictures of him to see if there's a...
He's just got flat looking eyes. He's got no color either, so I can't use that to make him look real. So I think all I can do is one dot and call him done. Okay, chat, if you're still there, Dragon, what do you... Corleth, if anyone's still there, what do you guys think? Done or not done? I need an outside opinion. Because Gloomy and I have been staring at this for almost 3 hours. If any of them are still there, I don't know. Dragon might have already gone off to work.
I'm looking at pictures from, the shows.
Okay.
to see like how like the light catches like his eyes there.
Okay.
Um, and the one seems to be pretty sufficient based off of
Yeah, Dragon
what I'm
says looks
seeing.
awesome. Alright, then we'll just sign this sucker if I can get my pen to work. And I can't. Okay. Too bumpy. Where's my paint pen? This is why I have an actual paint pen for this sometimes. Like, using a brush is just hard for anyone that's watching going, why isn't she just using her paintbrush to sign the paint? That is very hard to do with my hand after I've been painting all day. But I can do this.
We need to get you a little stamper.
No, because it wouldn't be archival and it wouldn't last. I only use archival inks for this type of stuff. And this pen's being bad. That is not white. Why is that brown? I need a new paint pen. Oh dear. Yeah, it's just nothing but brown. May have to use my paintbrush. That sucks. Anyway, oh, that's going a little bit white. Ah! Sorry about the earthquake.
You're not sorry about it.
Yeah, no, it's not working. Okay, we're gonna have to use the paintbrush, folks. You can do that. I didn't realize my paint pens are all bad. But yeah, no, everything I do is archival, so that way you have this painting and it should last you. The next person has a painting, the next person, the idea is they last. Because art should be enjoyed. So I make sure I use archival stuff.
Hey,
Hi,
Zed.
Zed. Zed showing up right as we are getting ready to end. Sorry about that, Zed. But there he is. This was the challenge from Corlith was to paint Sam Eagle, and that's what we've been doing, and he's done. And for those of you that were here from the beginning, you got to see from white canvas to this, which normally it takes 2 streams. I'm kind of proud of me for this one, Gloomy. Got it done.
I think it's the cushion mouse pad that really like helped.
It did. I never thought about that because I also have tendonitis in my wrist, and so I forget that something like that will work, and this made a big. Just thought you'd stop by. I hope you have a good rest of the day too. I'm glad your day is going fine. I'm looking for my phone right now because I need to find people to raid, and my phone. Where did I put it down? Did I drop it? Oh dear.
Alice still alive.
That might be the easiest, but I was hoping we rated L last time, so I was hoping to rate a different artist, but
Well, I also have Kiss Catastrophe
yeah, what?
doing art too.
Oh, that's a good one. We haven't rated them in a while. Sure. And I'm gonna have to figure out where my phone went. I had it. I know I had it because I checked my calendar. What did I do with it after? It's in this space. So yeah, if you want to set up raids for both sides so I can be lazy and try to look for my phone.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm so happy you decided to stop by just to say hi, Zed. That is so kind. So we'll read Catastrophe is doing art, and then we'll raid somebody on yellow side.
On Fire is live right now.
Oh, okay. Well, they were visiting us a lot. Let's visit back.
Yeah.
Where the heck did my phone go? I need to take a picture of this, because usually the artist we raid says, hey, show me your art, and I can't take a picture if, Yeah, my phone's gone. This makes no sense. But anyway, raid out tonight. Not Bannermark. Tonight is Baldur's Gate 3 if everybody shows. If everyone doesn't show, it's Sonderfolk. But no matter what, it's fun D&D style games with Toast Crew, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. I hope to see you there. And there's, 6 more streams to do. I've got a busy week ahead of me. Bye, everyone. Go ahead and send those raids. Thank you, Gloomy, as always, for being here.
They have both been sent.
They're not showing sent on my side. Are you sure? Okay, Twitter's going.